here we are. How's everything looking on your end? Hello everyone. Welcome back to ESP Enchanting Sorcery Productions. It is a new day for us to be streaming. It's a Tuesday. What happens on a Tuesday? Not a heck of a whole lot. Not to be confused with the heck, but not a heck of a whole lot on a Tuesday night.
Got the club going up.
Even
on
as,
a Tuesday.
yeah. Even if some of our friends also are streaming on Tuesday, we see you and we love you, and go spread love to all of your favorite TTRPG streamers. I can say words. Hop in, hop out, hop in, send some love, give some likes, all that good stuff. Say hello. Nothing like a little channel surfing on Twitch. So welcome back, everybody. This is ESP Enchanting Sorcery Productions presents Into the Olde Margreve, a Kobold Press 5th edition adventure, and we are very excited to be bringing this chaotic story of bardic adventure and aloof himbos, thembos, and lady himbos in the woods, trolling around, trying to make sense of a larger situation that they've been wrapped up in, having some fun and making some memories along the way in the most chaotic way possible. We'll be using the Sasha Graham and Abigail Larson Darkwood Tarot. This is a whole endeavor to make a reference sheet for each and every tarot deck. So we're going to do some spot interpretations of these. It's going to be a little flexible, a little chaotic to add to it, but if there is a need for mechanical intervention and some mechanical fun, we have the Adventurer's Tarot from our good friends at Weirdworks LLC, which have well-known and well-playtested mechanics. So a little bit of chaos with the Darkwood Tarot as we work on the companion. And in the meantime, we have the amazing Adventurer's Tarot from our friends Weirdworks LLC. Go and check them out, please. They're amazing. Let's see if the Darkwood Tarot. Look at all these wonderful nerds. Yes! Hang on, let me shout out again. Ost Caravan.
Oh my god, I didn't realize that the Lost Caravan people would be here.
Yeah. I'm doing a Pathfinder one shot next week. So we've been hanging out, having fun times with friends on other servers, and they've got a lot going on. So definitely check out Lost Caravan. They're really good people. Let's see if these work. If not, we have Weirdworks. Let me just see if you Ellen. Alright, so I'm going to add one for the Darkwood. But it's the Darkwood Tarot. I'll spot it again right here. The Darkwood Tarot by Sasha Graham and art by Abigail Larson with express written permission and the blessing of Llewellyn Publishing to promote the Darkwood Tarot on stream. And again, you can check them out. I think I'm under an obligation to show the box, even though we're not sponsored. But yeah, check them out. It's a really cool deck. It's themed appropriately. It's very into the woods. And they said citations and show the stuff. So cool. I think we're good. So yeah. And again, that's Llewellyn Publishing. I'm going to put that in the chat as well. So thank y'all for letting us show off your products on stream. That's really cool. And then of course, Weirdworks LLC. If you see them at a convention, please go say hello. Stop by the booth. They're working on a cyberpunk tarot card deck right now, so that I think is in mid Kickstarter. It's almost done funding, so you can go check that out for major updates. I haven't checked in a while. Shame on me, but I know that it's in progress, so stay tuned for that because it's really cool, and we got to preview the deck at PAX Unplugged. So again, I am Essie, or Erin Spencer, your storyteller, dungeon mistress for the evening, and my pronouns are she, her, and I'm gonna pass. We're gonna go around the table, and I'm gonna pass the baton or the wand of prismatic color, whatever wand you want to use, to kind of going clockwise. The first person sitting at our table today, virtually through a VTuber avatar, and we love the background, and I love this VTuber avatar so much.
I will be digging up various backgrounds that'll fit whatever scene we're in.
I'm here for it. So going around the table, passing the wand, Valerie. Who are you, and who are you going to be playing tonight for everyone watching?
Hi, like she said, I'm Valerie. When I'm not, in D&D stuff, I'm a trans variety streamer. who's apparently quite good at riffing on various things. But I'm going to be playing a half-tabaxi bard named Mist. Something of a storyteller and very cat-like. Let's just go with that.
Very cat-like. And yes, the half tabaxi, you can find that. It was inspired by the Mikote, and you can find that on Reddit, the GM binder. So if you just Google that, the first 3 results to come up every time, those are, if you want to go check that out and give credit and some love to the author, you can check out the half tabaxi there. So thank you.
It's also on D&D Beyond if you can dig it up through all the
Oh hell yeah! Apparently they
4
put it on
billion
D&D Beyond too.
there.
Yeah, right. there is a good one. There's several others, and then there's a good one. But you'll know it when you see it, type of thing. So thank you, Val. We're excited to have you and looking forward to seeing Mist. All right, and going around we have Garnet, also seen on Heaven's Fire. Hi Garnet. Who are you and who are you playing tonight?
Hey guys, I am Garnet, and tonight I will be playing Nefrit Matafali, the druid lunar sorceress Earth Genasi, and I'm very excited to get to know her through this game.
And so am I. All right, thank you, Garnet. All right, and well, not quite clockwise, but like you're reading a book. Allie, hi, who are you and who are you playing tonight? Sorry, I didn't mean to shout into the microphone.
Hello, I am Allie, as previously stated. I am playing Gillian Fair. She is our really buff, really kind Lady Himbo Bard. She was either your best friend or your worst enemy in high school. There is no in between. But yeah, she's here for shenanigans, and it's gonna be a good time.
Shouting out Delmaron from, I believe that's
here.
yeah, just hopping
That's
in
my
briefly. And did I put your? Nope, not yet. Allie. There we go. All right, cool. You can check out everyone's links are also in the chat, and if you want to do !Val or Garnet or Allie or Corndog or @Sir Heckalot, you can bring up all of their socials and their link trees and all the good stuff. So thank you again, Allie, and moving on down the line, Coach Corndog. Hello, who are you and who are you playing tonight? You.
Hello everyone, it's me, Corndog McGraw. My partner just dropped off chicken nuggets, so I might be a little bit quiet at the start of stream because they were using the kitchen roll. Chicken nuggets. I am playing Kathleen Deep Delver, a lovely little dwarf who definitely gets distracted by shiny things or nice and fluffy unicorns. And similar to Garnet, I'm excited to explore her more rather than just having like one cuckoo kangaroo song to think about for a character. Excited to see what else she's about. Back to you.
Awesome. Thank you, Coach Corndog. And Corndog's Twitter is in the chat. And we have at the far end of the table, seated across from the DM and the table that I visualize in my head, Sir Heckalot. Hello. It's the farthest away, but it has the best line of sight. And on a physical table.
That's fair. That's entirely fair. I'll absolutely take that. Hey, everybody. It's me, Sir Heckalot. Well, now you know. It's the premiere episode. You don't know yet, but hi. Tonight I am playing Estelle Havenshade, the human rogue, who, her blades are very sharp. Whether she is a very sharp person or not is another question. But the two of us use she, they pronouns.
Awesome. And thank you, Heck. All right. That is our ensemble for today. And before we jump back in, let's go ahead and I'll do a little recap. And I will set the stage for y'all. As soon as I can pull up... Oh, here it is. Okay. The right song on Spotify. Because we can't use YouTube bots anymore.
No.
It's sad, I know. Sad day.
It's so frustrating.
Even
It's
with
the worst thing.
even with like painful citations. YouTube said no. No fun. Currently playing. I like that segue. Currently playing. Our friends over at ASK2, music partner. Go check them out. So again, more folks who are very excited to be a part of this for the credit of simply hanging out with us and having their music play in the background. First song you heard before too was also ASK2. That was Natura. This is ASK2 Beacon of Cyrodiil, as in Skyrim and Elder Scrolls. So you can go and check them out. And then also, of course, using Roll20 as a medium here. Shout out to our friends at Roll20. And I have everybody's favorite thing in TTRPGs. I have block text. Also, thank you so much for all of the follows. Lock the guest cam, shut the Roll20 off. We'll make sure that the bot doesn't shut off on us, because that's important. That happened last night during stream, and that was embarrassing. All right. All right. The date is 39 Licuma, mid-spring, and 3 days after the closure of the Ocean Tide Festival. You are traveling to the northern region of Savosa, in the realm of the Vas'Kratoria, or Realm of the Queen, to a family reunion being held at the famous Wayside Inn. Making your way north through the Great Mountain Gate, also known as the Bellows and the White Ridge Mountains, you traveled north along the Savosi Ride, encountering both bandits and travelers alike, and a strange, somewhat confused, great red-bearded monk wandering aimlessly amidst a circle of standing stones. A man that you quite expeditiously took to calling Uncle Reggie. I don't know what word I was. Regislay?
Reginald.
Uncle Reggie.
Regicide right away. Straight to Regicide.
Uncle Regicide. Wait, what? Did I just accidentally reveal the epilogue? No. slash J. Joking. It's not actually the epilogue. But it could be. On the 38th day of Licuma, however, everything changed when an enormous Skyfall Star slowly streaked down from the heavens in a dazzling display of fire and light, the likes of which none of you had ever seen in your lifetimes. It is as if the gods themselves had descended to the mortal realm, and there's been no shortage of thousands of pilgrims to follow suit. The southern road is now clogged with these aforesaid pilgrims, and the majority of Savosa, with its lush rolling hills, fields of endless green, temperate weather, and rows upon rows of bountiful crops as far as the eye can see, seems even more sparse now than it did upon your arrival at the Queen's regional checkpoint. Having finally made your way through the quaint, idyllic region of central Savosa to the Wayside Inn at its center, you stop outside to gather your bearings, inspect the local job board, and engage in some much-needed rest and relaxation. The note from Uncle Reggie that you had found in the nose of one of your companions still weighing upon you, bidding you seek him out in the Margreve, the ancient, foreboding, dark wood to the west at the very edges of civilization itself. Just the kind of place ripe for adventure. It's here, on the eve of the 39th day of Licuma, 1357 EV, era of Valerian, outside of the Wayside Inn, in the region of Savosa, in the realm of the great Queen Vaeltheria, that we begin our journey, officially, for all of you. So, Reggie's, what did you call yourselves? Uncle Reggie's Regulars is a temporary name. I'm gonna go ahead and move y'all over to the exterior entrance of the Wayside Inn. Now we can plug our friends at ASK2 again. There we go. Okay, and then we're gonna get the Hellion Tavern in the queue, also by our friends at ASK2. A2. The Hellion Tavern. Aptly named and appropriate. Okay. And now the loop is on. Okay, so go ahead and place your character tokens on the map, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, a map.
So I previously saw the map, but now it has gone away. Should I restart roll 20?
Oh, nope. That is going to be, let's see, Wayside Inn, first floor. I think, because we have
A little black
lighting,
screen for me.
I need to place your tokens. But first, I have to add your tokens. So, as you are all gathered outside of the Wayside Inn, would you please, for the audience, describe your characters as you kind of stand outside the job board, outside of the open doors to the Wayside Inn, the faint hearth fire glowing within, a warm respite after the 3.5 days in the wild and whatever chaos is happening in the stars above. So, would y'all please take the time to describe to the people, the townsfolk of Savosa, and for those watching, what your characters look like in no particular order.
I'll go first. Oh. I knew that was gonna happen.
Yeah,
Both got brave
it
at the
always
same
does.
second.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so Nefrit is an Earth Genasi. She has black marble skin, so it's very smooth and dark, and she has these emerald green veins kind of going everywhere throughout, bright green eyes, green emerald like locks that are growing back out. She recently cut her hair and is now regrowing out her long locks. She is 5'9". She's kind of like built, from years of, you'll find out. And but yeah, she's very muscular, but she is a sorceress, and she's very lithe.
I guess I'll go next because I joined in on that. Walking up to the job board is a about like 5'8" individual. Estelle has this reddish hair that is tamed back into this ponytail. Is not like super built, but is well muscled. It's more tone than it is bulk. As she wears leather armor, and by her side is a very shiny looking rapier that sits at her hip at pretty much all times. Just looking around, you can see her amber eyes are very bright and curious about the surroundings. See the people, the signs, the shops, the taverns, just everything that's going on around her.
Gillian is a very tall human. She has this long, wavy, bright blonde hair that goes down to about her waist, with these bright blue eyes that look even bigger with her perfectly applied face of makeup. Slung across her back, she has this massive sword that sort of accompanies her sheer bulk of muscle that she has as well. And she's checking out this job board. And taking in the wonders of the city from a small town. This is somewhat new, and maybe a little more dead than she had expected.
What's funny is that though she may have been expecting a city, it's basically what you're used to, but a lot more spread out. It's weird. There's more people, but it's spread out over a larger area. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, there's a lot more of those dreaded trees in the area.
Yeah, cornfields.
Trees.
Oh, not the trees.
Not the trees!
thought it was just that one tree.
It started with
All the trees.
We're burning the Margreve down to the ground. That's the hot.
Just clear cutting all the way through. Just clear cutting.
It solves our problem. I'm just
It
saying.
does not.
A well-placed fireball is solution.
Crazy
to a lot of
Space Stream
problems.
said we had to save the woods, not set it on fire.
I mean, it's a
Fire's
controlled
good
burn.
for food. Exactly. You
New
replenish the
background
nutrients.
unlocked.
Arsonist background.
When you set fire to the trees and the trees start fighting back
Oh no.
Oh, no.
That's an
aggressively.
It's fine.
Shaking
Well,
you,
that just means we need more fire, right?
shaking you upside down like the ants. So you're like, I'm sorry.
I just watched episode 2 last night.
Amazing.
Or episode 2. What is it, a
Hurrah,
Star Wars?
room.
With
Oh,
the 2
God.
towers.
Two
Uh,
towers.
the 2 towers strikes back. They have
No.
laser beams now. All right, who's left?
I can go.
Okay.
Kathleen, aka your girl Kathy. She is short for a dwarf and also a little bit chubby. She likes her sweets, she likes her treats. And she's definitely more of an indoor girl. So all of this has been a bit much since leaving. I really kind of like to play with locks and eat candy and listen to silly music. This whole adventuring thing has kind of sucked so far. There's been a lot of cardio.
Yeah.
Not a fan. Not a fan at all. She is short, like I said before. She also has brown hair, brown eyes. But she also is covered in kind of like Celtic tattoos of like interwoven kind of knots and patterns and stuff that kind of flow down her arm, down her back, to show that she is a mark of warding dwarf. Particularly known for being the security dwarves within the Iron Bellows. She's real good at keeping secrets, and also really bad at not letting unicorns out of potential prisons. So we'll explore more of that as we go on.
Okay. And
Which I think just leaves me.
yes. And also for
Okay.
anyone that's curious in the meantime, the windows and the doors are all wide open, which is why you can see so much space. The windows, curtains drawn, blazing hearth fire inside, and you can all see into the first 2 levels. So go ahead, Mist.
Okay. Mist is probably about like 5'6" or so. Dark red hair for glasses. You know, the outfit that she has on, which y'all can mostly see. She has a set of bagpipes strapped to her back and a rapier at her hip. And a bag with the rest of her stuff on her somewhere. I haven't decided where that is yet. I'm
Okay.
just trying to picture the logistics. It might be hanging off the bagpipes, honestly.
All right. And as you all take stock of your surroundings, get another view of your companions and of the interior of the Wayside Inn. Everybody can see, right? Everybody's got vision. Everybody can see what's going on. You can see in the windows.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. There is a single woman standing outside of the entryway. So there is like a little bit of an arch. Okay. And underneath a stone archway, there is just a simple wooden door. It's sort of like a dark mahogany, a fine mahogany, and it has sort of interwoven, sort of very natural patterns on it that form sort of like arced and winding trees that form a canopy, almost in the shape of a heart. But that door has been opened slightly ajar, so you can see in the other 2 doors on the inside are also open. A set of wooden stairs leads up to the 2nd floor of the inn. And inside, of course, you can see patrons and the bartender and security, the bouncer, who seems to be sizing you all up. A very large, half elven, half orcish woman with very intense elven features, more so than more orcish features. So, and you can see her little tusks, but the ears are long, they are pierced, they have some gold studs in them. Her hair is tied back. She has sort of like an ombre sort of colored hair that is kind of swept back, tied up into a ponytail. She wears sort of a very plain black leather crop top, and she is covered in tattoos that wrap around the back of her neck, sort of like that look like almost like magical lines, like magical ley lines that connect in different shapes and patterns. That sort of wrap all around her arms. But she stands about 7'3", and she kind of folds her arms, and her muscles are very large. She seems like perhaps she might have a side hustle as a bodybuilder, a champion bodybuilder or something of that nature, but she looks appropriate for watching a door being a bouncer, kind of menacingly standing watch, just letting her presence be a deterrent for any that would cause trouble in the Wayside Inn. She simply leans back and watches you all approach.
I wave.
Yeah, she just kind of like does a little nod, right? But no word, just kind of watching you. Kind of narrows her eyes a little bit, furrows her brow, kind of continues to watching. Kind of touches one of her tusks to the top of her lip, kind of just as she shifts to adjust, kind of cracks her neck a little bit. Does one of these, right? You get like.
Oh.
Gillian's gonna kind of come to the side and kind of peek through these windows, do it a little left, right, like. Isn't there where we were supposed to meet everybody?
Think so?
Family side,
Are
aren't
you-
they?
They didn't mention the intimidating woman at the door though.
I don't see them. And Gillian's gonna walk straight up to said intimidating lady. Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
You haven't seen anybody who looks kind of like us, gestured to the party.
And we got the map.
Have you?
I mean, not really sure what you mean by looks like you, because you look like you. So, are you looking for twins? If you're looking for twins, I haven't seen, there hasn't been anybody that resembles twins.
Not twins, but definitely family. We're here for a family reunion.
She kind of looks at each one of you individually and is like, I mean, you're welcome to go in and have a look, of course, as long as you don't cause any trouble. Follow the rules, the letter of the law, blah, blah, blah. Have a good time, right? But, obviously don't cause trouble. You look like a
Only the
troublesome
fun
sort.
kind, right?
Question, what constitutes as trouble for you?
Well, I heard tell of
What are the rules? Like, if you have rules, like, let us know.
Well, I heard tell of a group of bandits traveling on the road that matches your description that mugged a couple of our travelers on the way up the northern road, so that's interesting.
Those clowns are here?
No, they're not here. They've moved on, but to where, it would be inappropriate for me to tell you, just so you wouldn't want you to find them and mug them again.
She
Yeah,
talking about the people who jumped us?
It sounds like it.
Oh.
No, I'm talking about the people that you jumped on the northern ride.
No, trust me,
Excuse
it was the other way
You did not
around.
jump anybody.
Well, they came back all fucked up. Covered in bruises, bloody, head to toe. Heck,
do you
all
think
of they were
attacked
in
us first?
tears. Wait. She kind of takes a step back and kind of turns around. What evidence you got of this? Because the story they says is that you jumped him on the road.
Well, isn't the
Why
way
do you believe them over us?
Yeah.
That's a really good question. Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
You got
that's
this.
right.
First roll of the game.
First roll of the game. All right, here we go.
one.
Persuasion check.
Okay.
All right, come on, you got this.
I'm trying to do it in roll 20, but then I did something silly and now it's broken. Hold,
That sounds like roll
please.
20.
She loaded.
That also
All right,
sounds like
what you got?
I'm just gonna... Does it work if I go like this? Does this work?
Yeah, there you go. All right, that works.
Oh. No, it didn't work. Try again.
Well,
Oh my god, that's not a plus 6.
Right.
Oh
Kinda
god,
like-
I'm sorry, my rolls
no.
are contagious.
Listen, I'm not gonna fall for this shit. Okay, no, you get a racket going. You're here. I'm assuming you got through the gate, so whatever. Who am I?
Why does everyone think that we mugged them?
Well, that was just they were the first to beat you back to it, and I mean that's the story that they gave.
I would think that who can move quickly and move fast were not that injured. We, on the other hand,
I mean, I don't
had to
see
recover.
any injuries.
We
That's
also
because a
found
lot of them
Uncle.
were internal. There was a lot of pooping.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
and we also had to go find and rescue Uncle Reggie.
Ooh.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did he get here okay? Uncle Reggie?
I don't know who Uncle Reggie is. It's not my family. Can you describe
About
him?
yay high.
Okay.
Red hair, a little crazy.
Red beard.
Well, yeah,
Red
big
hair.
beard.
Red beard.
Left
Yeah.
for the Margreve afterwards.
Oh yeah. He left oh, he was here about a month ago?
A month?
Wait a minute, hold on.
What?
That sounds like a really long time.
How long were we on that
1,
road?
2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Tabaxi.
What day is it?
No, you
Half tabaxi, thank you very
What?
much.
half Tabaxi. And the guy with it, you said red beard, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the same guy I'm thinking of, he left a note for y'all about a month ago.
A month ago.
We had,
Well, yeah,
how long were we on that
What
road?
day
I don't know.
is it?
How long were you on that road?
I don't
What
know.
day is it?
Hey, listen,
That's the thing.
Existential
whatever
crisis.
nonsense y'all got going on with your family, just keep me out of it. I can go get you the letter.
Ah,
Did he
shit,
put
we
this
missed
letter in your
reunion,
nose?
didn't we?
Yeah, no, we're gonna go inside and see if our family's in here, and we'll be on our best behavior.
Well, all right. I mean, I don't really. You know what? Just go on in. Just go on in.
Oh, this bouncer's just completely done with our shit already. I love it.
Yeah, I feel like there's a running theme of that. It's just like all these NPCs just like get tired of talking amongst themselves, and they're just like, okay, just do what you want.
We're just going to annoy everybody to tears. That's the point of the campaign.
Just
Just go
Wait,
in.
isn't that half the point of this?
Just go and check in with Merrick at the bar. He's got whatever correspondence.
Thanks for your help. I love your tattoos.
Thank you. Hi.
Does it look like a bar?
Inside of the tavern. It looks like a bar. Yes. All right. As you walk past the bartender, the bouncer, into the Wayside Inn, a quaint, well-lit, small, considering other taverns you've been to, modestly sized tavern awaits you inside. Draped on the ground is a stylized sort of representation that is made to represent sort of a very natural pattern, a massive carpet that has a turquoise unicorn emblazoned upon
It's a
it.
unicorn!
Yes, and on the far side there is another similar carpet, likely made by the same craftsman, that depicts sort of more orange colors, sort of like an eagle totem that has also been splayed out across the floor as well. So an eagle and a unicorn. There is a dragon's head, sort of a steel dragon's head that sits, actually looks more like pewter, so like sort of a pewter dragon head atop the hearth itself, with 2 rubies that glow with this sort of faint magical red mist. And there is a smaller fire inside of the dragon's mouth that seems to be lit with kindling and tended to, that sort of spews out just a little bit of warm air from the dragon's mouth atop the hearth of the Wayside Inn. Inside, you can see a table with 3 halflings, a table with 2 dragonborn, a table with 2 elves, a third table with 2 humans and a high elf, and in the rear of the building, having a conversation over essentially hot pot, is an orcish woman and a masculine presenting drow. And the denizens of the tavern kind of slowly, like in the old westerns, not as dramatically, but they all kind of one at a time glance over and then go back to what they're doing rather than stare. But everyone kind of looks and sizes you up as you come in and goes back to their drinks, their teas, their meads, their hot pots, and their stew. At places like this, in the middle, you can see that there is a perpetual rack of what seems to be legs of lamb, and also there is a bowl of stew here to the south as well, with a ladle, probably vegetables and some kind of a soy product. but it smells wonderful, right? It's not sort of, the quality here is good, and everything smells delicious. Every once in a while, someone will come over and just stir the pot of stew, or grab a rack of lamb and return to their seats. And you can see an older elvish man with a small soul patch on the chin, just the little block, and kind of comes up a little bit into like a little point below the chin as well. So a little patch here, patch here. Black hair slicked back into a ponytail, tied back. You can see his elvish ears kind of brushed to the side, perfectly framing his elegant physique. A small lizard, like a bearded dragon, runs up his shoulder and kind of perches there, kind of tilts its head, looks over at Mist and Gillian Fair who approach. And he's just kind of continues to go about his business. He glances over momentarily, then back to the mugs that he's polishing, and sort of waits for you to speak. But otherwise, his elegant poise and very impeccable sense of fashion with gold brocades and fine purple felts give away this air of high fashion and regality about his demeanor. Kind of just holds himself chin up a bit, looks over, looks down, and then goes back to his tasks.
Do we recognize any of these people as potential family members?
Good question. You all have a moment where you get here, and you all kind of think to each other, gee, who are we supposed to meet here?
Do any of them look like they recognize us?
Make a, we'll call it an insight check. Make an insight check.
Okay, alright, come on. It's the night of the nines, apparently.
Thanks, everybody, for bearing with me there. A 9! Second night of the night. Yes.
Like I said, it's the night of the nines.
It's going so well.
Everybody here could be family. Everybody here could be a potential member of your crew that you're looking for. But so far, nobody has stepped up to volunteer. You can hear the occasional braying of horses coming from the interior stable in the rear from the courtyard, but beyond that, and the occasional and murmur of chatter here, no one seems to recognize you. But you did have a lead with the bartender. You were told their name is Merrick.
Gillian is going to put her elbow on the bar and wave and say, "Hi! Are you Merrick?"
Merrick just kind of lets out a little bit of a sigh and just... Who's asking?
Why, my name's Gillian. So nice to meet you.
We were told that a letter got left for us about a month ago?
Lots of letters get left here for lots of people. You have to be more specific. I have a whole stack of letters back here. Bearded dragon kind of just tilting its head back and forth.
Gillian sees the lizard. Just jaw drop. Just, and who is that? Just very like talking to cute puppy.
Takes a grape.
Boy.
Takes a grape out of their pouch and slowly puts it over their shoulder. And this kind of feeds it. You can see the tongue slap out and grab the grape. No,
oh my god,
that's
not. Amazing.
Please? Pretty please? Big puppy eyes, like fully activated. Just like...
And this is Gizmo. Gizmo. Yes, but there's a bit of a flourish there. Gizmo. Like Guillermo, but for a lizard. Gizmo.
Gillian's gonna turn to Miss and go,
Oh, it's French.
I love Gizmo.
And just make a persuasion check, by the way, Gilly. Now that you've made it into the tavern here. Okay, all right, third roll of the night, number 3. Third time's a charm here.
17!
Hey,
It
okay.
wasn't a 9. Drat.
No!
I would just laugh my ass off if we got nothing but 9s all night.
They just,
Oops,
very
all
well.
nine.
Come. Does not move to you, just is beckoning you to come to the other side of the counter.
I absolutely do so.
No. They're just like, no, wait, not behind the counter. Shoo, go
Okay,
around the
okay.
counter. This is for employees only.
Gillian, like,
Look, when she
stood
gets
up
to
in
pet the
stool and
lizard,
had,
she'll
like, one
probably
foot
take a
up.
drop here.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They just kind of look at the other four of you and just, Gizmo, come. And the bearded dragon just kind of skitters down and kind of looks this looks like the happiest lizard you've ever seen in your life. Kind of scampers right up and just, as Merrick just disinterestedly hands you a grape.
Gillian offers the grape to Gizmo.
Snatches the grape up. Looks up eagerly for another one.
What a good boy. Completely unhampered. I lost the plot. Why are we here? Doesn't matter. Found lizard.
Some of the-
Task
It's all
accomplished.
that matters at this point.
Some of the patrons just kind of look over at, Kathleen, do you walk up to the Dragonborn there, to their table?
No, I'm not walking up towards them. I'm just staring
Oh,
at
okay. Oh, okay. Which is really funny
the
because
rug.
you just go right to the
I'm
middle
just
of it. Go ahead.
It's like, checking out the wares.
The Dragonborn femme that is next to you kind of, both of them slowly, the one to the north, two Dragonborn feminine presenting individuals, kind of, the one that's seated further towards the back wall just kind of looks over and kind of just does one of these, like they're not quite sure what to make of what's happening. The other woman that is sort of looking back and forth between you and the carpet, and you and the carpet is just kind of like, she looks very confused, and she kind of just leans in, takes a big long swig of whatever beverage that she's drinking, and just kind of joins in with looking at the floor, just to make sure that there's nothing like magical or special that she's missing about it or something. All right, Gillian, you are given one more grape. Just, you seem to enjoy that very much.
Nice.
Anything I can do to make our patrons happy?
Can I pet him?
If you must. You have clean hands?
Yes.
Gonna just raise
Are
his
they?
eyebrow. I mean, you have been traveling in the wilds for 3 days.
Okay,
Like-
maybe they've been cleaner, but I can go wash them right quick.
Okay. He just kind of...
Where's the bathroom?
The washroom is on the far side of the tavern, just that way, and kind of gestures to the east. Hang on, I gotta find it myself. The second floor, just up the stairs. Try not to make too much of a mess.
Of course not.
Okay.
Gizmo would be disappointed if you did.
Gizmo just kind of turns and anxiously watches Gilly disappear. And then, of course, right at the top of the steps, sort of around the bend, you can see a washroom. It is not currently occupied. You can go in. It's a little basin with some soap, and you can just, towel up there. All right, so, Nefrit, what are you doing? Nefrit.
So the orcish woman has caught
Gillian
my
just
eye.
runs back. Which
I
one?
pointedly run past what's happening.
The half-orc bouncer or the orcish woman in the far top left?
The orcish woman in the,
Okay,
the
yep,
far
yep.
corner. Not entirely sure, but something is telling me to go chit chat with her. So
Sure,
that's
sure.
what Nefrit is going to go do.
Okay, all right. The Nefrit kind of, and with purpose, make their way over to the northwestern side of the tavern.
This is gonna sound crazy, but are we related?
She just kind of slowly looks up from her drink and looks across at the masculine presenting drow at the other end, who just and she just slowly puts her mug down and turns around and just
Ignore the fact that we are not the same species. I'm supposed to be here for a family reunion, and you look so familiar.
I've never seen you before in my life, and if you wouldn't mind, I'm going to continue my date.
Oh, that's so cute. Yeah, sorry.
Yes, I'm sure. Bye-bye.
She's gonna wander. She's gonna wander off. Like,
Ooh,
there
you
was
just see
something
her.
about this woman that was just like, I know we're related.
She
You
just
can
kind
hide it if you want to, but you gotta figure it out.
as you do, she just kind of like does the hair flick to the side.
Oh,
as
rude.
yeah.
Yeah, I just got psychic damage from secondhand embarrassment.
And she just
Yeah, Miss saw that from across the room and was just cringing.
she just does one of these and just, where were we, darling?
Gonna mage hand her hair back.
She just kind of feels in the back of her head and kind of turns around, and you make a sleight of hand check to see how well you can
Yeah.
kind of pop that in and out with your mage hand.
This is the best use of mage hand. The pettiest use of mage hand
Yeah,
I've
yeah,
ever
yeah.
seen.
So petty. Sleight of hand. That is a 10.
She kind of like looks over her shoulder and kind of just sees you, kind of the little bit of magic kind of weave in your fingertips with that sort of turquoise streams of magic. You just kind of snuff out at the last second, and she kind of feels her hair, and she just kind of slowly stands up, just rises to her feet, and says, I'm going to ask you politely a second time, because I am in a kind and forgiving mood today. Please allow us to return to our date and carry on about your business. Fair?
What did you do?
Yeah, I was leaving. You were rude.
Just slowly sits back down.
Must be one hell of a drow.
He blushes in the corner and just kind of puts his head down
I'm
a
just
little
gonna
bit.
wink at him and then walk back to the bar.
He kind of just puts his two fingers together. Looks very shy, and she just kind of does one of these, like kind of like where he kind of slams on the table, and he just kind of jumps and just fixes his hair a little bit, gets a little ruffled, but
Oh, someone's getting pegged tonight.
Jesus Christ.
Miss.
There it is.
Good for them.
Yes.
Did Gilly ever get the message, or we just...
Gilly is now
No.
successfully petting the lizard. Yes.
I'm going to cast Speak with Animals so I can tell Gizmo he is the goodest boy in a language he can understand.
Okay.
And that's going to mean a lot to me.
Okay. All right.
So,
All right. As you kind of your eyes start to glow with magical potential, a little bit of sort of silvery steam comes out of them, and Merrick just says, "Oh, that's a nice trick. Are you all right? Should I take my lizard back?"
no.
Your eyes steaming
We're
as you
just
say
having a
this. It's like, right. May I ask?
I wanted to make sure he knew that I told him he was a good boy.
May I ask what you're doing?
We're just having a conversation. Is there anything you'd like me to ask him for you?
Oh, you're one of those. All right, and you hear almost immediately after that, Gizmo just kind of, "You got more grapes? You got more grapes? You got more grapes? Got more grapes? Got more grapes?" And it just continues indefinitely.
Gizmo
You
knows
like
what's
the
up.
grapes?
Hey!
Gizmo knows what's up. I
Nice.
appreciate this lizard.
Well, I suppose that one of those would be one of myself. A lizard lover. A
Indeed.
collector of pets of similar nature. I have three different. I have a chameleon, a bearded dragon,
Oh,
and a salamander. So a collector and caretaker of fine, precious lizards. These cold-blooded creatures are magnificent. They are beautiful, and they are the best companions you can ever ask to have. I run a bit of a sanctuary for them, and I have three of my own.
oh my goodness, that's wonderful.
Oh,
Maybe someday if I
thank
find
you.
myself in the market for a friend, I will have to come by and ask.
It's just sort of a passion project. Of course, it doesn't necessarily pay the bills, as it were, but with the price of rent these days, nothing does.
Ain't that the truth?
Man, this economy.
Yeah, right? Being a full-time lizard caretaker in this economy. And just very well, and kind of takes the pouch of grapes and just kind of opens it for the both of you. I suppose you can have about half of the bag, and you just hear that constant nagging. It'd be like, "Got any more grapes? Got any more grapes? Hey, got any more grapes? Hey, it just kind of repeats.
Of course, here you go, Gizmo.
Yep,
Here you go.
and then it's just nom, 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 nom. Got any more grapes? Hey, got any more grapes?
I dutifully feed Gizmo. Completely forgot. Like, so we've lost the plot.
Just
We don't know why we're
absolutely,
here.
yeah. And you can just hear.
I'm enamored with this lizard.
You can hear Gizmo very loudly enjoying. The rest of y'all just kind of see Gilly excitedly squeaking about a bearded dragon, sort of a beige and alabaster colored bearded dragon.
Right? Yeah,
Super adorable.
it is
However,
adorable. We still need to try. We still need to get that letter.
Take 2.
Hey, do you really think that Uncle Reggie left a letter from a month ago? What
I
if he
mean,
knew that we were gonna be here?
Well, yeah, we knew we were going to be here a month ago.
But like that long ago? We didn't... Did we know him? Did anyone remember him? Well, we must have, because we knew it was Uncle Reggie.
I mean, he responded to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how it works, right?
Yeah, well, let's just see what he said.
Yeah, we should probably get the letter.
Yes.
We'll just let Gilly be.
The plot has been lost immediately. I love it. I'm here for it.
We had a plot to lose.
Yep.
No plot. We are now lizard caretakers. You can't afford rent. We are getting in on this business with Merrick, and
Oh
that
my
is
God.
that's the plot. We take these rehabilitated lizards on adventures with us. We find them happy homes. That is the new plot, guys. I'm telling you, it has potential.
I mean, if you could expand the business enough, could be viable.
I'm going to talk to Merrick and ask about taking some of his rescue lizards on an adventure where I can find them a new family.
Ooh, make another persuasion check. DC on this one's going to be a little bit higher.
I don't see this one going well.
It's very gentle persuasion.
Okay, all right.
24!
24. Well, I suppose
plus six.
for a like-minded individual like yourself, I could be open to pushing one of our amazing companion creatures up for immediate adoption.
New mascot.
Just see me tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock in the morning. Let's make it 10:30. That'll give me time to drink my coffee and sip it. I do enjoy a good Kairusian press.
Of course, I will be there. And I'll bring grapes for Gizmo.
Perfect. The village greengrocer might have a fresh batch, but with it being still mid to late spring, it's a bit of an ask, but you can see if there's another batch of the greens tomorrow morning.
Will do.
It's Stefan Brolin, the village greengrocer, formerly a doctor. Dr. Stefan Brolin, your friendly village greengrocer. Great fellow. A delight.
I can't wait to meet him.
Yes, I'm sure.
Gillian finally tears her eyes away from Gizmo and notices her family just kind of over here on the other side of the bar.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of has a moment of, oh, we were here for something.
Yes, I love that nobody has actually asked for the letter yet. Like, it was verbalized, and
Like,
then we
we
got
got-
derailed again.
Look, lizards over letters. This is how it works.
There was a whole
Lizards
thing
over
here, and it
lizards.
sounds like a great business to get started. So
We
yeah.
have a side quest.
Here for
About
side
lizards.
quests.
I have an appointment at 10:30 tomorrow.
At this point, I'm pretty sure it's the main quest.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. How do proceed?
Yeah, I think Estelle would probably get Merrick's attention. Say, sorry, we weren't very specific. There was a man who had big red beard that left a letter for us about a month ago. Goes by the name of Reggie.
Reginald might be his last name, but I believe he introduced himself as, if it's the same person I'm thinking of, and my memory is very sharp, individual that's called himself Cullen, but kind of came in sort of in a strange, in the wee hours of the morning, kind of floated in and ordered a mead and dropped off a letter. But yes, I believe I have from, let me check Reginald. Oh yes, it is under Reginald. No, it just says Reginald Esquire. All right, interesting. Could have sworn that he said his name was Cullen. It pulls out the sort of a sealed piece of parchment that's sealed with sort of this green wax that has this really ornate-looking sigil on it. It has 3 rising suns and sort of an elegant stylized numeral for 4. And sort of just fairy wings emblazoned behind it. A very ornate, elegant-looking seal, and Merrick just fancy stuff. Here you are. With a very professional seal, I might add. 1 letter for the family of Sir Reginald Esquire. Just pours Gillian a tall glass of honey mead. Just no charge, darling, if you're adopting a lizard. And it's going to a good home.
Oh, thank you so much.
Of course. Let's kind of adjust the sort of very elegant, ornate looking. So it's got like, if you were to put a hood back, and it's almost like a design that sort of stretches out in a triangular shape and back to this stylized frill of like sort of gold filigree and sort of like a stiff collar material. Just kind of adjust that and very elegantly kind of puts their hands together. And now, if anybody else would like a drink, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll be here in the meantime, and I'll let you catch up on your correspondence. There is also vegetable and soy stew brewing in the pot, as well as some lamb shanks. Grabbing a lamb shank, that will be 1 silver. So just toss that on the countertop, and you'll be good for the evening. And of course, any and all tips are welcome for everything that is available here. I did cook the lamb myself, stir up the stew, and of course make sure that everything here is in ship shape. I am not the owner, but I am in fact the manager and proprietor.
We had a terrible redeemed.
Awesome. I have to pull it, so carry on in the meantime.
Okay. Mist is gonna put like a silver down. Is gonna put 2 silver on the counter, 1 for the shank and 1 as a tip.
Perfect.
You know, it's been a while. She's hungry.
Okay.
Nefrite is going to follow suit, and then I guess we're just gonna find a table and read this letter.
Yeah. Estelle's gonna do the same thing because that sounds delicious. Looks like there's a bunch of chairs over here, so she's gonna go to this one.
Gilly's gonna tip 2 silver on the
Okay.
charge free.
All right, subtract 2 silver.
Done. And then I'm gonna go reluctantly pull myself from the lizard and see what the family is reading. Actually, is Kathy still staring at the unicorn?
Is Kathy still staring at the unicorn?
Yep, until someone tells her that there's something more important to do. She's admiring it, like bending down and really looking at it, trying to figure out if she could make something like
Hey, what you doing?
oh, you know, this is a really cool rug, and I kind of want one for myself, but I can't carry this right now, so it's not like I can take it with me.
It's a little big
I
and
think
there's
I
some
might-
tables on it. Yeah.
There are, and some people at those tables, so
Yeah,
I don't want to
yeah.
like disrupt anyone's meal.
Right.
But you know, it's a cool rug. I want to make it someday, maybe. Sure,
Oh,
I can
do
figure out
you
how.
weave? Do you loom?
Nope, but I can figure it out.
Okay. I admire that. I think we have found the letter we were looking for.
Oh,
So-
okay,
Do you want to come read it with us?
sure.
Before you do, I'd like everyone to roll a d20 for me, please. If you wouldn't
Ooh.
mind,
Oh,
everybody
God.
roll a d20. Put the results into the Roll20 chat, and we will follow from there. And this is going to trigger another event that I'm going to place. There we go.
And we do have a second tarot pull.
I saw.
Ooh.
Very nice. 2 back to back.
Oh no.
No,
I don't even know what the first one did.
I've done like 20, like boom, 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 boom. I think at one point. So 2, 15, 13, 19, 2. All right, missed with a 19. You look over into the corner and you can see someone who seems to have just sauntered in. In front of them is a golden cup, a very ornate cup. Whether or not this old man brought it of his own accord is left to be seen, or left to the imagination. But Mist, you swear that in that moment, as you pull the Page of Cups from the Darkwood Tarot, so again, Page of Cups, very pretty. Again, the Darkwood Tarot by Sasha Graham and Abigail Larson. The Page of Cups can represent intuition, or being an intuitive, which is going to give you advantage on the next insight check of, well, not of your choosing, because this is a one and done, but until you use it, it's going to give you insight advantage on insight, the next insight check that you make, as well as the following. So again, he has in his hands a golden cup, and this is all part of the tarot flavor. You swear in that moment that you see tendrils of mist steam up and out of the cup. A ghost-like fish gazes up at the man and seems to materialize into a spirit form before turning to you, because words are hard. You can see the fish kind of like flowing in the mist, and Mist, looking into the mist, this fish kind of looks at you and seems to just whisper in the distance a word that you can't quite make out. You still do gain that advantage on your next intuition check, and the Page of Cups has now expedited a social encounter, which you now have before you. So that's just the first one there.
Okay. Great, she's being haunted by ghost fish.
Yeah, and you kind of blink.
Yay.
I mean, there's a lot of strange things that have been happening, but you kind of blink and sort of maybe just brush away that steam that seems to be encroaching in on your face, that smoke, mist, and brush it away. And there's nothing there. The rest of you see mist kind of just shoot something away that you're not really sure what that was, but there's nothing really there. Maybe just allergies. And then also the rest of you notice that, again, an old man seems to have walked into the tavern and has what you can see now after that vision has subsided, more of like an old golden cup that seems to be worn with age. It's faded and chipped and seems to be an ancient relic of a bygone age, but this man has some heft to him. Looks like he still keeps up with his strength and training and adventuring, whatever it is that he does. Has a long sword on his back, about 3 different scars across his face, short white hair kind of combed forward, and has a few old rings on his fingers. Again, also gold and silver, but old and well worn with time, ancient relics. And just kind of sits and drinks from this chalice, whether it's a trophy from an adventure or something else. Kinds of minds his business. And you can see in that moment he kind of looks to the side and empties more from a flask into this goblet, and then kind of seals that up and tucks away the flask.
Yeah, Mist is definitely giving this dude a weird look.
Okay.
And does she knows anything else about him while she's just like, she's not obviously staring?
You
but...
can make that insight check at advantage now if you want to size him up.
You know what? Screw it. Why not?
Yeah.
Watch it be Snake Eyes.
Ah, much better than the snake eyes.
I'll take them.
Okay.
I'll take that.
All right. Ooh, this is a great opportunity. Okay, for the next one, oh boy. The next
We need to
card.
roll again.
Nope, it's the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, also known as the Builder or the Architect. I'll show the card here from the Darkwood Tarot. I love these cards. And then we're going to read the flavor. Put that to the back of the deck. Reshuffle after. The King of Pentacles, of course, represents the masculine, mature energy of growth or expansion. The nature of the King of Pentacles is slow-moving due to his earthly energy, yet he is as dependable and sometimes sinister and cunning as they come. And at this, another individual walks into the tavern. All my tarot
Third
cards
tarot.
just went flying. Very
Well,
good.
Elizabeth's just redeemed another one, so.
I see. Thank you. Oh, that is also interesting. And these are shuffled very good, too. Right behind the King of Pentacles. Ooh. Who's going to be with him? The Knight of Cups represents romance. The Knight of Romance. The waterfall is a symbol for the Knight of Cups, symbolizing the wild and pouring emotions that may occur or arise in the wee hours of the morning, in the glow of the moonlight and of the stars. Romantic encounter, maybe in the future. Moonlight glistens above you and bounces across the open space in the sky. Something stirs in your mind's eye about your ideal partner, if that even exists for you, or your ideal situation, as far as where you romanticize yourself being somewhere in the future. Whatever your lofty ideals, be they romance or your dreams and aspirations of a peaceful life beyond, that lies in store. And with the King of Cups, that is going to be another rollies. So one more set of rolls from everyone except Mist, because Mist got an advantage last time.
Okay.
So one more set of d20s, please. And I'll show the Knight of Cups. That's our romance card. And the old romantic. Out of all the cards, this one is the most, in this deck, this one is the most normal. Like, sort of less, yeah. All right, we got a 20, 14, 8, 5, and 10. That's going to go to Corn Dog. All right, so this is going to give you advantaged on the next charisma check. The next charisma check that you make. So persuasion, deception, or intimidation, even. Whatever your preference is there. And if it is made to inquire or pursue a mutual romantic endeavor, you can add +5 to the roll. So flirting or vice versa, you can add +5 on top of having advantage. And that is entirely flexible, by the way. That is kind of at player discretion, what they feel is appropriate for their character. Cool, all right. The 3 tarot cards down, and then the second pull. Something very interesting happens. The world around you seems to kind of slow to a crawl. Just for a moment, you all start to feel heavy. And yeah, tarot cards are like, it kind of gives a feel of, no, this person's here, but it adds a lot of extra flavor, and I love it. Honestly, I'm here for it. So again, all the doors are open here. And you can see that in addition to you all having this sense that your hearts have just kind of come up into your chest just for a moment, like your hearts have skipped a beat, there are 2 individuals that kind of walk in. They have brilliant red and gold cloaks, the colors of the Vas'Kratoria. And you can see that there is gold heraldry of a two-headed eagles that sort of emblazons the back of their capes, the sort of stylized tunic that they're wearing in front, and they all have runic bracelets, sort of runic bracers that seem to glow and pulse with energy. You know these two individuals almost immediately as battle mages of the Vas'Kratoria, and they just kind of walk in, keep their hoods up, and make their way to the bar here. And they kind of stop and look around and size up every person in the room, and you all get a chill up your spine as they do. And then, for anyone that has followed Heaven's Fire, you know how insane this next part is going to be. And then a third individual slowly makes his way in, now at the head of the door here. And I'm going to go ahead and bring him in from the Transmogrifier. The Transmogrifier is our best friend for Tarot Card Pulls. We're going to go into Stormwatch here. And we're going to grab...
I am suddenly very concerned.
Yes. We're going to grab my friend. Well, he's an elf. He's an old elf now, but... probably hire our dragon. Oh, I know I have him, so I'll come back to the Transmogrifier. But there is an elvish man with sort of dark hair, kind of slicked back, that comes down around to the front of his shoulders. He has more simple heraldry about him. His cloaks have these accents of a bright, bold red that come down the shoulders. Almost sort of like, I don't know what it's called, but it's almost like tassels that kind of come forward, that are sort of sewn onto the collar, sort of like some frilled tassels that come down. But it's like sort of just more like a collar for these very functional robes. They almost have like some leather, sort of leather and cloth mixed together. Very elegant, custom-made attire that kind of has this shimmer to it. Sort of long, knee-high brown boots, sort of black leather pants, and this ornate belt on the buckle. It is just a simple sort of alabaster two-headed eagle, and it has sort of gold eyes and gold filigree around it. It's subtle yet powerful, and has this large ruby and gold ring on his right pointer finger, as well as two other sort of mithril rings that have sigils on them. His elvish ears are pierced with rows of silver studs, and the bar is the industrial, right? Has one on either side. Looks like an elf, maybe well into his 5th or 600th year. His skin is a little bit old and weathered, possibly pushing 700 or late 600s, and takes stock of everyone in the bar. And there is this immense largesse to him, like you're sitting across from someone that just has this aura about them that just fills the room. And there are a few people that look up and look immediately right back down at their mugs. And he just kind of begins to slowly make his way through the tavern, his elegant boot steps just making gentle footfalls. He makes eye contact with each and every one of you as he slowly walks over towards the bar. Now, you can choose to engage with any of these elements here, or you can kind of just like, wow, okay, back to this letter.
Do we know that guy?
I don't know, but he might know us.
Right.
That was a very intense look.
Like Like, I think he knows everybody. Whether we know him or not doesn't matter.
Should I go talk to him?
I
We
don't
want to
know
get
if
his
we can
attention more than
afford to
we-
talk to him.
We want the guy's attention more than we already
It
have.
costs money to talk to him?
We
Probably
might.
either money or a pound of flesh. Did you see those dudes he came in with?
Yeah.
They're probably
No.
friendly.
Letter.
Right, we
Okay,
got
letter.
that finally. Okay. Opens letter.
Okay. Let's switch on over to more block text. As you open the letter, you can hear sort of the squeal of a boar from inside the letter, and as sort of little bits of green mist kind of just rises up from the interior of the letter, and you get a very specific scent of fresh pickles.
I'm so glad he didn't do that to the one that was in my nose.
Very distinct smell of fresh pickles. It's not terrible, but it's pickles for some reason. And it reads, "My apologies for the deception. A long time in the making. However, as you can see, there is no family reunion. I, and I alone, summoned you here to the north. Oh, just so you don't get too upset, I've already paid for your stay at the inn, provided you with a large bottle of whiskey on the house. That old sly fiend Merrick should have it. A small stipend of coin, as well as another dozen rations. You also might want to check in with the Nor'easter Coster, run by a dragonborn couple. The strange old trader and retired adventurer by the name of Fintrith, and of course the village blacksmith Frida. Oh, and you'll have to say the password to the innkeep, my friend Merrick, or he will not provide you with these goods. Oh, and the password is, of course, Hornswoggle. And he writes it twice, Hornswoggle. Say it clearly and concisely. All right. See you soon, nieces and nephews. And P.S., keep an eye out for things that go knock in the night.
Like him?
So I'll type that out if you want it. There were some
That'd be
added
great.
context that I added, but here it is. I have it for you. We can bring back the roll 20. So hello, everyone. Oh no, I don't want to put it in the. It's like limit reach now. I was like, wait a minute. That's yeah. Okay. There you go. Oh, it cut itself off. Let me. I'll put it in a note. There we go. Gonna add a handout. Mysterious note from Uncle Reggie. All players. And we'll just
We have
actually
been done a bamboozle.
type this out. Yes, second time that Gilliana said that. I'm here for it. Right?
Upset.
There you
Julianne
go.
leans over Estelle's shoulder and it's like, there's no family reunion. What does that mean? Why are we here?
Well, didn't he
go.
say to meet him in the Margreve?
He
Yes.
did.
That is where he was going, huh?
The Margreve?
So, like,
Why would
I
we go in
guess we
there?
Because
Find
we
out
make
what he
bad life
wants.
choices?
Also that.
I make great life choices. I don't know about y'all, but listen,
Like climbing that tree?
my life is great.
Great.
If we were not related, Mist, then if we were not blood, angry finger waggle.
You're just jealous that I can climb and you can't.
Remains to be seen. That tree was damp, slippery, and I hadn't washed my hands in like a day, and you need clean hands for tree climbing, and yeah.
I don't know. I find claws help.
Gilly holds up a very well manicured but short hand. He's like, let's see, where is... Yeah, okay. So Gilly is not sitting next to me. If she was, she would be moving. Poignant huff and...
What time is it?
It's around 9 o'clock in the evening now, probably.
Oh, okay. Definitely going to go use that password and going to bed. It has been a long,
Hornswoggle.
terrible, a very long and very terrible journey. Freed needs a bath, and yeah, a real bed.
Yes, to all of these things, I follow in suit.
All right. Also, does anyone want to review the job board for us? Who was looking at the job board when y'all first came in, by the way? That was Estelle, right?
Yeah, I wanted to
Okay.
take a look for sure.
All right, Estelle, there is a new posting as well.
Oh.
And I'm going to go into our chat just to make sure that... Okay. If I didn't pin the job board, I'm going to now. Job board.
I know you
Yes.
posted the stuff on there. I just can't
Yep.
remember.
Got it. Savosa job board. Jump to massage. Pin. Yes, please. Oh, it is pinned. Okay. Savosa job board. Wanted. So I'm just gonna go through these again out loud, just so everyone else can get an idea of like what's going on. And we'll open up the Roll20 again. All right. Wanted. And this is pinned if you need it, in the Olde Margreve private quarters. Wanted, Grayana Spindrel, and there is an accompanying sketch. A fugitive from justice, dead or alive, 5,000 gold pieces. 5,000 gold pieces dead, 10,000 GP if captured alive. Warning, Grayana Spindrel is a rogue mage and is considered to be exceedingly dangerous. Do not approach without support. Last seen heading towards the Olde Margreve. And the sketch is of just kind of like this a woman with sort of bags under her eyes, kind of leaning forward, a real sort of intimidating look, raven hair kind of slicked back, and sort of the eyes kind of shaded out, right? Kind of like in that very old style sketch that's like just the bare minimum. The next says Wanted, Allura, and there's a sketch of an elvish woman with sort of wavy hair and sort of leather, like a leather tunic, and a spear at her back. And a grin and a smile. For questioning by the Eroth Tikal, of no questions asked, alive by order of the Royal Dragon Keepers, last known whereabouts the Olde Margreve. The next says Wanted. It's very flash. The other one is very strange. It says Wanted, Sidith, the Demon Lord of Destruction, and there's this really comically, cartoonishly portrayal of like this. There's this tiefling, and like they're actually like making a face, like. Kind of as the sketch, kind of like that, like wide eyes and everything, and hands up, like kind of spirit fingers, and it's really interesting that this is stylized this way, but it says for disturbing the peace, mass destruction of private property, including inciting of riots, vandalism, arson, grand larceny, fraud, tax evasion, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest for a royal officer of the crown, as well as crimes too numerous to mention with the limited space allowed by our tacked on. There's a second piece of parchment that reads 50,000 GP/GP alive, and all sort of this. Alive is sort of in bold ink, whereabouts unknown. The next says Wanted, and there is this older decayed parchment in the back of all these. It says Wanted, Captain Thulis, desertion, 2,000 gold pieces, dead. Last seen heading northeast from the ruins of Easildale to the Olde Margreve. Easildale was the village that fell 227 years ago during the Centuries War. And of course, it's all pinned for your use. And then a bounty on giant moth wings, 10 gold pieces each. Concerningly large moth cocoons and massive reports of chewed through laundry, as well as multiple sightings of the cryptid known only as Mothman, have prompted a reward of 10 gold pieces each to be issued by his enemies, the Lord Governor, by his eminence, the Lord Governor, and by extension, the Lawmaster of Savosa, Lawmaster Kennerith. Fear not, citizens, and do not panic. The Lawmaster assures the good people of Savosa that this cryptid is a myth, and that this is simply the infestation of multiple overgrown moths, and absolutely nothing more. And then last is a reward of 5,000 gold pieces for any information leading to the whereabouts of Prince Aethelus of Savosa, the son of the Lord Governor, and 25,000 gold pieces for the safe return of their Royal Eminence to the Savosi Lawmaster's Hall, alive and unharmed, and a second new request that has been added. It was being tacked on just as you approached. And it says, experienced, well-trained adventurers requested to investigate a series of disappearances, midnight attacks, and foul effigies upon the citizenry of Lavosa. Effigies, and it says in parentheses, likely raised by rabble-rousers. 5 gold each is to be rationed upon contract, with an additional 500 gold to be awarded by Lavosa's Lawmaster upon completion of assigned tasks related to, but not limited to, missing persons, midnight attacks, and foul effigies upon the discretion of the Lawmaster, not to exceed a working period of a 10-day. It's all very official under the crown.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you just have a stack of the papers?
Yeah, pretty much.
cool.
Just kind of like looking over them and like kind of like spreading them all out on the table for everyone to see too. It's like, I don't think I've read this many words in a really long time. But at least I think all roads here lead to the Olde Margreve.
It seems that everyone's hiding there these days.
Well, isn't it
Killian.
supposed to be dangerous?
Yeah. A lot of stories out of there. A lot of people who walk in there don't come back.
Gillian picks up the parchment that talks about Mothman. It's like, Mothman? Moth people with wings?
Kathy just like leans over and also looks at the one about the moth people.
Yeah.
I knew that was gonna be a hit.
Yeah.
People with wings? Like
Maybe he's a
moths?
weremoth?
Ooh.
I think we have to see what this is about. I don't care if we turn him in. I
Well,
just need to know.
I think it's about turning him
happening
in.
here?
I think we're supposed to mutilate him because it just wants the wings.
But
Yeah.
what if we didn't? What if we just went and said hi? And if they're good people, maybe we like leave them be.
And maybe we help them hide better.
Mm.
Because if
Oh,
we
that's-
can find them.
Yeah, if we can find them, but also it looks like everybody knows where all of these people went for the most part. Not all of them, but or a lot of them.
Yeah,
Well, I
they
feel
all-
like
very
Margrave
good
is
at
a big
hiding.
place.
Hmm.
I mean,
So,
but
like-
the Margrave is like big, right?
Yeah.
So they all may have gone in there, but like, where did they go once they went in there?
It's big, yeah, but the story. It's not just that.
That'd be
Stories have
another
it that the forest itself is alive.
Fall asleep in one place and wake up somewhere else, even though.
I've done that a few times.
Yeah.
Also, for anyone watching that can see the roll 20, yes, that is a great stat block, and I use it for all of my famous spellcasters. It's a great takeaway from Waterdeep Dragon Heist. So, if you are looking for characters on par with what's his name, the old man from Critical Role Campaign 2, that's a great stat block for you to use. I highly recommend it. Also, a great module. Carry on.
So
We have to help the moth people.
right, but we're not going to help them right now. It's late.
Oh
I'm
no, I haven't.
tired
I'm meeting
and
with a man about a
dirty.
lizard tomorrow.
So bedtime?
Should
Probably
we give
passed.
him
I think we've
password
got-
First?
Yes, it was Hornswoggle.
Okay. So who's relaying that to Merrick?
I think I'm gonna vote for Gilead since she's got the best rapport with Merrick.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool. I'm gonna go see
Hydrate or
my
die straight, by the way.
new
Thank
friend.
you. Okay. All right. Kind of
I would never.
saunter on over to the bar, and yep, you can see that Gizmo kind of runs right up to you and kind of looks. And how long does Speak with Animals last again? Is it like 10 minutes or an hour?
That's an excellent question.
Because if it's
In
an hour,
10
you just hear.
minutes.
Okay. So yeah, right at the end, you just hear, "Got any grapes? Got any grapes? Got any grapes? Got any grapes? More grapes! More grapes! More grapes! Hey! Hey! Hey!
Tomorrow.
Hey!" Just no, now.
Oh, I can't
Grapes
help
now.
you right now. You have to talk to him. You
Kind
have
of
to talk
just
to Mary.
taps the claws and the just grapes now. Grapes
Angry
now.
Tap tap.
Yes, yeah, angry, angry tap tap from the bearded dragon. Kind of runs in a little circle.
Actually, it's angry head bub with beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allie is also a resident reptile expert,
Gizmo demands
Yes.
tribute.
Does I?
and I mean that seriously. That's like the real
I
deal.
could summon a lizard or a snake or a
Yes.
dog or sugar glider to the stream.
So, do you just run up and shout "Hornswoggle"? What's your?
I'm maybe like a tiny bit more subtle.
Okay, that's fair.
Just kind of, I get my friend Merrick back over here. You know, as you.
Okay, all right. Yes.
So I was told to tell you.
Yeah, they actually walk
Hornswoggle.
over to you this time. Kind of just saunter over. They almost like
We're
float
friends.
very elegantly across the floor.
I love them.
Yes. He, they from Merrick,
Also-
by the way. Either or is accepted.
He, they.
Yep.
I was told to tell you Hornswoggle, and that you would know what that means.
Just kind of slowly just scratches the bottom of that little patch of hair on his chin and just slowly kind of like descends elegantly and then rises back up and just has a large satchel that is placed down. I would question it more if it was anyone else, but it's all there.
I'm sure it is. Thank you so much for keeping an eye on it for us.
Of course. And if you are, I was told to point them out to you when I see them. I didn't want you to miss. This was the only last request from Sir Reginald. But Fintrith is a local retired adventurer, and that's him over there in the corner. The old grizzled man that brings his own drink to my establishment, but a bit of a legend in these
That
parts.
sounds like not a great business for your business model.
Oh, he gets a free pass from the people. Though I might not necessarily care for him. We have a long and storied history. Many fights in the tavern. Going back 3 decades now. There are many like him. But he is unique.
That is neat.
Yes. Not 3 centuries.
what's his name
Sometimes
again?
it blends together. Fintrith. Or just Finn, or Finnegan for short.
Anything else I should know about him?
Just that he's a retired adventurer, a bit of an old, well, he's very ornery, let's put it that way.
Most old men are.
Yes,
I find
but,
that to be a recurring theme.
well, if your entire party member was disemboweled by angry trees, you would probably have some post-traumatic stress as well.
I haven't been disemboweled by a tree, but I have been thrown out of one. By one.
Yes, not quite at the same level of intensity, but, well,
No, I
hopefully
don't imagine so.
you do not chronically injure yourself. It would be such a shame to lose my new friend.
It would be. Oh, a friend! I consider you one as well.
Let's not be too hasty. Let's come back in the morning. Just
10:30. I will see you there.
we'll call it a tentative friendship, just in case you do anything that irks my ire.
Oh, I can't imagine.
You
how
never
to-
know.
It was great talking to you. I will go tell my friends about Finn.
Very well,
And I will
toodaloo.
see you at 10:30.
Yes, toodaloo.
And
This is my favorite tavern keep that I've ever roleplayed.
Also, I appreciate that the tree thing just keeps coming up.
Mm.
Like, I feel like this is a running joke throughout the whole campaign.
Let's hope so. Let's absolutely
there are
hope
a lot
so.
of trees to be seen in this campaign.
Yeah,
If I
yeah.
believe Margreve is a forest. So
Everyone agrees Mothman's pretty sexy. Yes. Yes.
listen, Mothman.
So,
So Gillian comes over. My new friend. Hey.
Also, you're given the keys to room 3. Room 3.
3. Gillian places the satchel on the table, and the key, and all that fun stuff.
Oh.
And
Merrick just shouts over as you kind of ascend the stairs. Oh, and Sir Reginald said that you all have to share a room and that it would be a good team building exercise or something like that.
I call the bed.
Well,
So as
you called it.
oh my gosh. Let's see which one he's at. Just gonna bring this up over here. So I really want to
also
put this.
supposed to be a bottle of whiskey.
Oh, yep, and there is a
Yeah.
large bottle of whiskey that also is included in this as well.
I feel like we're gonna need that later, not now.
All right. Here he is. All right. I'm gonna see what happens when I log into Roll20 from my laptop, so I can give this guy a token.
The note somewhere it said that we got like 100 gold pieces.
Yep,
as
there's
part of-
also there's 100
It's
gold
in
pieces
the
in there as
pouch.
well.
So that's 20 each.
So 20 each for all of you, as
So I
well
can buy
as
grapes.
yep, 12 rations have been included as well. And you have, yes, money to spend on grapes.
12 rations divided by 5.
That will be just enough to get you to the Olde Margreve, so Uncle Reggie is thinking ahead. Okay. Yes, I love this art so much. This is from our friends over at Silky Noir. Friend Silky Noir. Kind of a self-made art business. They do commissions. I think they've got a couple of other people to help them on the team. Go ahead and upload this to that stat block that we mentioned before. Configure a stat block. Plug for Dragon Heist. So we call this a slight tarot card disruption, but it'll be worth it because this art is really cool. Let's try downloading that again. Okay. Add that token over here. See if it works. It does! Hooray! Okay. And that's the only token I needed from tarot cards. That was the King of Pentacles. I'm going to exit here. Go back to into the Olde Margreve, back to Twitch. And now we should have a functional bam. Okay. As you are gathering your things, I gotta put the other two dudes here. Yeah. They're over, keeping their distance. I'm in the corner of the bar here. I'm down over here at this table. This man kind of just slowly walks over to the party. Actually, kind of from this side up to Estelle specifically. And just kind of inserts himself into the party as you're kind of gathering things on the table. And just, got one more for you. Kind of hands you over a folded piece of parchment that is sealed by the royal symbol of the Vas'Kratoria.
Insert.
Oh, thank you.
Is this about that mugging on the road? 'Cause
Is
I
this
swear it
about
wasn't us.
what? What mugging?
No, no.
Okay, this is where we
nothing
shut
like
up and
that.
take the letter and go.
Don't.
Say it.
I heard about some incidents of on the road, but it was not enough to warrant my involvement. You're here. I will assume that there is no problem.
Tell us no. Oh.
By the way, what's everyone's passive perception? Can I get everyone's passive perception, please? Just kind of, we'll
12.
kind of get a vibe check here. Yeah.
11.
13.
Ooh,
9.
who had the 13? All right. Nefrite, you can see, you feel like the air has kind of been sucked out of the room, and sort of everyone in the bar is kind of like either eyes down at their drink or kind of looking over in your direction nervously as this man has now kind of joined your party. And the people kind of around you, as you kind of just do a quick turn, everybody except Fentrith in the back corner seems to be phased by the presence of this individual, whomever he is.
First and most important question, is this guy hot?
Well, that's his art right there, so
He's also a cop.
yeah.
That means nothing currently.
What's your name?
Yeah, just unbothered. If nobody else is gonna look at this guy, then he came up to us, so... Well, what's all this about then?
Just kind of looks up and smiles. And you know what? Let's do... Here we go. Music change.
I also have a question.
Yes, I have an answer.
What was the symbol that was on the folded piece of parchment?
Royal seal
Yep.
of, I think it was Vas'Kratoria.
Yeah, oh, it's a two-headed eagle. That has a two-headed eagle with 5 stars and a crown that is clutching 2 blades, 2 long swords that kind of cross behind it, as well as sort of like a green wreath. And sort of an alabaster eagle as well. Okay, loop is on. Perfect. Turn up the music here a little bit. Kind of just smiles. Who asked for his name?
Gillian did.
Yeah, he kind of looks over to Gillian and just... just a passerby. An agent of the
That's a really
crown.
weird name.
Passerby was a very important missive.
It's not that important, I assure you, but it's hot off the press, if you will. Go on, take a look.
The press.
And now that I have you here, there is a job which I can see that you have in your stack. Very good. There's a missing prince. The son of the Lord Governor. They are a bit much, but it is my duty to see them returned safely. A bit, eccentric, if you will.
Is he one of the moth people?
Oh, no, they are not one of the moth people. Just a prince in search of adventure. Something of that nature. Wait, moth people?
It shows the Mothman job poster.
Kind of looks at it and just, right, the overgrown nuisance. Kind of wraps it up. Oh, yes.
What?
It's quite overgrown.
That's kind of rude of you.
That's not nice.
No, the moth.
Not nice.
Yeah.
But it is. It's quite literally overgrown. There's no other word or phrasing in the Elvish or common tongue to describe it. It's a moth that has grown. It is now overgrown beyond normal size.
And it still has feelings.
Just
What
kind
if
of
it was
blinks.
just a moth of great size?
You can see the 3 halflings slowly start to get up, and he shouts, without even looking, he says, "No need to get up on my account. Everyone here, please enjoy your good time." The halflings kind of slowly sit back down. The dragonborns are also kind of like, you can all now see everybody again. This is like, dead quiet. Not a single sound in the entire room.
Okay, but what is your name?
Never mind then. Miss Prince. Where do we return him to? It wasn't exactly specific. Or do you just want him out of the Margreve?
You can return him to the Lawmaster's Hall when you find him. Hopefully he's not in the Margreve, and you'll find him camping by Guinesas, the twin sisters. But if he is in the Margreve, they are likely dead by now. If you can find them and bring them back, both I and the Lawmaster and the Lord Governor, considering that it is their child, would be very much gracious for the assistance of capable adventurers like yourselves.
Gillian is gonna whisper to Estelle, since they're right there, and just be like, I think he might have us confused with some other people.
Kenneth takes a few steps in this direction. Just don't go too far west, right? That's what you're all staring at. Kind of slowly tilts his head down a little bit to kind of look in the eyes there. I did what must be done. And there's not
That ain't cryptic.
There's not a day that goes by where I don't regret that there was not another way.
Well, that's not cryptic and ominous at all.
You say that out loud?
Yes.
But I can see by the look in your eyes that there is no swaying you. So I'll say this. My life has and always will be in service of good people like yourselves. Citizens of the Crown. So please, do not let my presence distract you from your good time. Kind of slowly turns to all of you. You may call me retired. High Ardragon Sarakarendiel now, just Ardragon Sarakarendiel, thank you. You can all make history checks if you want.
Sure.
Retired is a weird one.
Former
Wow.
High Ardragon.
Oh shit, I forgot to turn off the advantage, I'm sorry.
That's okay, we'll take the 11. Ooh, Ginny redeemed an insight check, so everybody roll a d20. Everybody roll a d20.
Ginny says retired is sus.
1df20. 1df20, 0, success! Alright.
I'm sorry.
15, 9, 8. One more from Mist. Alright, yeah, so 15, 9, 8, 15. Okay.
Yeah, I just fat fingered the F.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Sir Heckalot and Nefrit, you can both make insight checks at advantage for everything that this guy is saying. All right, so insight checks at advantage.
We're gonna see if that helps me. It might not. We'll see.
Okay. 16 is good.
Okay, you know, it was much better than the 2 that I would have gotten.
24. All right, Estelle. This man seems like he's likely someone very important, someone very powerful. Usually people who are, in your experience, someone who says, I'm nobody, don't worry about me, to an answer of who are you is usually someone who is just playing it coy for as long as they can, trying to size you up in your intentions. That's kind of the play there. Nefrit, you have 2 different things. One, with your history roll of 23, you know exactly who this is, and how you react is up to you. And with your insight check of 24, this is, of course, as he said, High Ardragon, retired High Ardragon, Sarakarendiel of the Eroth Tikal, the special forces of the Crown. These are the most powerful spellcasters in the entirety of the continent. And this man in particular used to head this agency for the better part of 2 centuries. Once when it was the High Tower, and again when it became the Eroth Tikal during the latter years of the Centuries War, 227 years ago. Not only this, but he has a very specific nickname. 2 very specific nicknames. One is simply Ender. Just Ender. And the nickname Ender is usually looked on with a dreadful yet somewhat hopeful light, as Ender just means the end of the war. This is the man who single-handedly brought the 100 Years' War to a close. However, he did so by incurring the other moniker, the Butcher of Barak-Tal, when he unleashed a chemical weapon known as Dragon's Bite in the depths of the caverns below Barak-Tal, and essentially unleashed chemical warfare on every man, woman, and child that dwelled within that city that refused the order to surrender by the crown. And the entire location for miles is now an irradiated wasteland.
Oh, great. He's a war criminal.
Yes, he is a war criminal. And then he retired because of it. He is a genocidal war criminal, and he is in a position that is simply our dragon of the Eroth Takal. His replacement is a man by the name of Darius Essex. Yeah. Darius Essex is now the higher. Darius Essex is a human. But Nefri, you
Great, so that means he has
yeah.
a short lifespan.
But there was sort of an interim time where he had stepped down and sort of acted as an overseer after the Centuries War as a steward until they finally found someone worthy of that title and bestowed Darius Essex with that. So he will never again take that title, but it can be... they've been leaning towards humans. He's more of an advisor. Advisor. So yeah, war criminal. It was basically the people of Barak-Tal were given 7 days to surrender. Those that did not, the Dragons unleashed the Dragon's Bite below the city.
Knowing what she knows, Nefrit is just going to
It's a bad
continue to
guy.
kind of
Yeah.
look at him with mixed awe, just like, didn't think I'd be meeting people that are like important all the way out here in the boonies, but also he just came up and started talking like we knew each other, and that's kind of cool. Also, he's super powerful and potentially somebody to learn from, which is like a weird thing that's like going on in her head, but you know, she also has poor taste in men.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, God.
There is that.
Mhm.
We're just gonna kind of let that sit. You know, if he shows up again, I can't guarantee that there won't be flirting, but you know,
Yeah. And
right now it's just a aw.
And you can see the other two battle mages kind of all looking in your direction, eyes following him around the room, fingers sparking with fire.
Okay, we should probably get out of here before his buddies murder us.
They're not doing anything.
Yeah.
Their hands are on fire.
Oh, he says, oh, don't mind them. They're just, it's bluff and bluster. Sort of an intimidation tactic. Not for you. Kind of just puts a hand up like this, like a dismissive hand very quickly, and the other two mages just snuff out the flames and immediately on cue return to their drinks. Which they're not really drinking, they're just kind of moving around. Or it's
So-
likely water.
Those two, are they for your protection or ours?
They're supposed to be for my protection, but really I'm here for their protection, if you ask me. But no, they're supposed
Sounds like
to
we got a
be...
little bit of a healthy ego.
They are supposed to be my vanguard. They are hand-selected. They are very good at what they do. But...
Okay.
And the old man in the corner just... How about you share some of that coin, butcher? Get us all around! Huh? And everyone just kind of like stillness, and there's like a from the far
Oh.
side,
The audacity of that dude. Holy shit.
and he just no. Fetch him some ale. We have the coin to spare after all. As a matter of fact, let's call it a round on the house. A gesture of good faith, as it were. A round of house ale for my new friends here. And for the citizens of Savosa, and to the safe return of the prince. We can all drink to that, yes?
Absolutely.
Here, here.
Just kind of leans back. Good. This new missive, as you can see, is simply for clearing out the old griffin towers there that have fallen into disrepair in the Margreve. There are strategic ley lines that run beneath them. No one has claimed them, so I have formal rights from the Queen herself to commission a task force to rebuild them. They will become mage towers to observe and to protect the Margreve, as it has grown wild with foul magics, as I'm sure you can see from all the missives, attracting all manner of chaos and shadow to it. Something foul is afoot, and it's capable adventurers like you that make it possible. A lot of what I do is mundane these days, and perhaps we shall meet again once you've restored or cleared out the towers. You can ask for me personally. I just need your names.
Gonna hold out her hand. Nefrit, Matafali.
He just kind of nods and takes the back of your hand and kind of kisses it. Just, my lady.
These are my cousins. Estelle, the one who's kind of in charge of all of our adventuring. Gillian,
Mhm.
Mist, and Kathy.
Well met. You have a name for your troop?
Not yet.
He kind of looks over at Catelyn and just kind of narrows his eyes. Are you of House Deepdelver?
Who wants to know? Try to look nice
Just
and tough.
curious about an old friend, that's all.
Does he seem like he's curious about an old friend, or does he seem like he's curious about someone? who
Make
might
an
have
insight
criminal
check.
activity or something like that?
No, make an insight check. And then, depending on that, you might be able to follow it up with another history check. We shall see.
12. That's okay for me.
12? Okay. You can make a history check. Might be a little bit harder, but go ahead and we'll see what we get
Come on,
here.
you got this. You got this.
Yeah.
11.
We do not got this.
11.
Look at it.
No, I mean, you might still be defensive, but hard to read, really. You don't really get a strong read one way or another as to why he might be inquiring about an old friend.
Who's this old friend of yours?
Aldrutan Aelhammer. And yes, you do know immediately of the... So, this is interesting. Right now, there is a battle for... There is sort of like an ongoing political battle. The Thane Ragnar has died. And his two brothers are sort of the other two. He doesn't have an heir. So you can call other members of the council siblings, but the Dwarven Council was Thane Ragnar, and then Thane Aelhammer, and Thane Durabon. Durabon is the surname of the Thane that ruled prior to Ragnar. And Ragnar was outvoted, Ragnar's sons were outvoted, and now for years it was Thane's son, Ragnar. Now there is since his passing, there is an issue of succession, since Thane Ragnar did not have any heirs, did not have any. And it's actually funny because his name is Ragnar Ragnarsson. So Thane Ragnar Ragnarsson did not have any heirs and did not name any heirs, so the right of succession, he died suddenly, was thrown into question. It now falls to the other two council members, who are both very young for dwarves. Probably Thane's son, Aelhammer, is in his 90s. Dwarves live to be about 450 years old or so. And Thane's son, Duraban, is about 187. So you have these two younger dwarves who are both vying for the throne, and there has been political gridlock. Thane Aelhammer has connections to the Iron Fury dwarves of Jarbund Orum, which is the third dwarven stronghold to the northeast on another continent, which is the continent of Karnos, where the Kyrosian Empire is. They're far up in the northwest, beyond even Aldaran territories. That's like the Northmen, the Vikings. So he's considering a political alliance with the Iron Fury, and there is also the Iron Bellows clan, who is overseeing this transition. They do not have a stake in the council yet, but they are currently acting as sort of tertiary overseers, because there's always a fourth in that sort of acts as like an overseer in dwarvish culture, and that is the Iron Bellows clan. And then there are the Deep Delvers, who don't necessarily have a stake in this, but is also a powerful family in the dwarven city of Iron Bellows, with significant interest in the business of Iron Bellows. So you know right away about these two factions, whereas Thane's son Duraban and the Duraban clan, they are miners and tradesmen, and they have the best business relationship with the crown, but they do not have much of a military sort of the militaristic way of thinking. Most of the efforts of the city of Iron Bellows has gone to mining operations, trade operations, expanded equipment, things of that nature, expeditions, etc.
They're probably doing fine. I haven't really checked in recently.
And what was it that your family is famous for again? Or what is their house trade?
Magical safes and keeping things under a lock and key.
That's right. So essentially like the locksmith's guild.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. And he just kind of leans over and just, I'll have to pay a visit. It's been too long. But many of your family's magical safes keep some of the most secure information in the Vas'Kratoria secure. Exactly working as intended. So commend your family on their handiwork for me.
You got it, dude.
Well, I'll leave you to it. And if you come across one of the Griffin Towers, clear it out of whatever monstrosities have made lair there. The more towers you clear, the better. The more endeared you will be to me. Also, any magical artifacts, any information on them, if you can't use them even, would also be appreciated. Much obliged. I'll leave you to it. Enjoy your evening.
Before you go, endearment is great and all, but it doesn't pay rent. Are we actually going to be compensated?
Yes. 1,000 platinum per tower. And just walks away.
What?
What?
That's a lot of money.
Okay, that's a lot of money. Well, let's get out of here before he comes back.
He's just going over to the bar and just orders a mead.
And getting the prince back? which was like 25k. And she was like 25k.
There's a
gold.
lot of money. Also, there is an advantage out there and a rose quartz as well. So
Yeah, what's the rose quartz
Good
do?
lord.
let me just go back and see
What
the
does
other.
rose quartz do?
That is
I
another
have a
advantage
bunch
on
of it sitting it
charisma.
directly in front of me, so I saw that rose quartz come up, and I was like, "Are we supposed to just like pull out a rose quartz? Because I'm ready."
Gilly, Corndog, and Mist. I want to have you three roll for me. D20 rollies. So the first one, yeah. So Ginny was the insight check, which we got, and the next one is a rose quartz. So we'll roll these between 3, 1, 13, and 2. Okay, Gilly, the rose quartz. I think there's a couple options here. It's similar actually to the King of Cups. Go back to the rose quartz. Where is it? There it is. Okay. So you are going to get advantage on the next charisma check. So again, same thing: persuasion, deception, and/or intimidation.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a rose quartz. So thank you, Shy and Shameless. Thank you very much. And then also, there is a floating advantage from Anna. So you have a wild card advantage to use on your next roll, whatever the next roll is. So thank you, Anna, for that as well. All right. So, what do?
Point of order. I did point out our old adventurer potential friend in this corner when I was putting all the other stuff.
Okay, good.
So
good.
we all are aware of
yeah.
who that dude is.
Okay.
Mist has just been giving him weird looks on and off since she remembers that ghost fish out of that cup.
Also, you can see Merrick now sort of also wielding some magic of their own. And they begin to sort of weave their fingertips, and you can see mugs of ale going to each person at every table, kind of using Mage Hand very quickly, very efficiently from behind the tavern to deliver a round of ale to everyone in the bar. Just sort of an elegant, sort of slender, feminine hand with sort of well-kept, sort of manicured nails, gently delivering each mug to each table, courtesy of our Dragon Sarakarendil. And that includes all of you as well.
Nefrit is just going to grab her mug and the key, sort of salute to the very scary gentleman, the our dragon.
If you do that, he immediately puts the mead down, stands to attention, and kind of his heels come together when he does a flourish bow for you.
Trying. It is very difficult for Nefrit to blush because like super dark black skin, but it's just like, man, stop! You are
Silver
so
Fox.
old,
Yeah.
Too much.
It's a lot, and she's just gonna head up
Silver
to bed
Fox and a war criminal.
right?
Yeah.
Why does Nefrit know how to pick him?
Told you she's got bad taste in men. We talked about this.
Yeah, stop getting the war criminal's attention. Just in general, that's
We
usually
don't
a bad
know he's
time
a
for
war
any-
criminal. She's the only one who knows he's a
I'm
war
the only
criminal
one
too.
who knows this.
Yeah.
This is all out of
Still
character.
pursuing him.
But
But
The
yeah,
rest of you are like,
I'm
oh, it's just some guy that works for the
I'm
crown.
going to go to bed. I'm gonna take a bath, and I'm gonna go to bed, and hopefully it's big enough for at least 3 of us. Otherwise, you're just gonna have to deal
One
with
of them is
cuddling me.
What does this fox say? Allie, what was that?
I said one of them is me in regards to the bed.
Yes. Okay.
I
So
called it.
let's go ahead
I think
and
she's gonna go upstairs and run herself a bath. Just enjoy her mead in the tub.
Ooh,
That sounds
that sounds
fantastic.
great. Though.
Like,
Yeah.
IRL, like that is the
Yeah.
look, I have a second floor to this.
Ooh.
All right. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Let me make sure dynamic lighting is on. Yep. So y'all should be able to see.
I cannot see anything.
I'm in the
Ah.
void.
I can only see mist.
I can see
Unfortunate.
myself and mist.
I can
Why
see
are
myself and mist.
Mist, so
What?
visible.
That's
I know,
so
it's so weird.
strange. For some reason, y'all are like grayed out. What is happening?
Are we on the right layer?
Now I can
doubles.
see myself twice and miss twice.
What is happening? Roll 20.
This
All right, I
is
see.
hilarious.
I can
I
just
love
see
the
this
internet.
twice.
Okay.
But apparently the upstairs isn't inn, it's a cloning facility.
Ah.
War?
So we were lied
Okay.
to about not
Oh,
seeing
yay.
twins.
All
Lights
right.
Oh,
are
hey,
on.
we're here.
Okay. Now let's try that again and see what happens.
Oh, where did Mist go? Dark.
What the hell?
Lights off.
Everything's
What
gone
is-
again.
That's so
Nighttime.
strange.
Nighttime.
Nighttime, daytime. What is happening?
Time
Okay,
is
yeah, there's
illusion.
nothing weird about the dynamic lighting. That's like, maybe if I drag and drop tokens again, that's frustrating. Let's see what happens.
Mist broke it.
What the hell? That's
I can control myself and mist.
maybe it's maybe I gotta do night vision. I'm just gonna give everyone 60 feet and see if that changes anything. Oh, hey,
Okay.
something happened.
Yes.
I still can't see shit.
Okay, we're getting there. Still Haven Shade. And the other one. Okay. Get rid of that one. Kathleen, what's your and this way I can enable vision for everyone. What's your dark vision, Kathleen?
60 feet.
Cool. All right.
I think Mist is 60 feet as well.
Mist, 60 feet.
Let me just double check.
Nefreet.
60
see.
feet.
Okay. Kathleen, I know
Yeah,
that was funny.
I
Lights
just
on,
checked
lights
at
off.
60.
And Estelle, you're a human, right?
Yep, human soap.
So I'm just gonna give you 30 feet
None.
for now, so you have something. And Gilly, you're also a
Okay.
human, right?
I'm also a human.
I'm just gonna give you 30
My
for
dark
now.
vision is
Okay.
no.
All right. Now can everyone see?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
And it's nighttime, so you can again hear the braying of horses again outside to the north, and the very quiet clanging of glasses. And this. Let me see if that door is locked. Hold on.
I have the key.
Oh, that is not the right room.
Oh.
Oh,
Damn it.
sorry.
Dang.
I knew I forgot a
That's a
line
nice
somewhere.
room.
That is not room
It was
3.
too
That
nice.
is room 1.
Can we
And-
get room 1 instead? Merrick
Very
is my
much.
friend.
we have one?
Unfortunately.
We don't have all the money yet.
No, but he's my friend.
I mean, we still got 100 gold though, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah,
For
Are
everything,
we,
with
are we
20
allowed
each.
to upgrade this? If room 3 is not as snug.
Okay. There we go.
Listen, I love playing dolls on overlay. It's the best. I'd go over to into this hallway.
Oh my god. I'm drawing too many shapes. I'm drawing too many shapes on the map. All right.
Oh, that room
let's
is
see.
That
Okay.
is like the bane of my existence in Roll20. I leave
know.
so many circles in one of my games. It's just like circle, circle, circle. Because I don't know what I'm doing.
Dynamic lighting.
How
There we
can
go.
it-
It's
Okay.
always Moonbeam.
It's always Moonbeam.
All right. That makes more sense. There we go. Okay. Now we should be good. Sorry about that. Yeah, this door is closed. Let me make sure that it's all walled off now. Yep. Okay, good. The washroom is down over here. I will open up that door. You can see it. There's 2 washrooms. Yeah. Okay, that's 1. And there is a second on the far side. Open the door to that one as well. Here. Room 3 is 1, 2 this one here. Wait, no, sorry, 3 down here. I can't count. There is one
Well,
bed.
there's that.
There is one bed
It's mine.
and an empty footlocker. But it is a place.
it?
It is a place to stay. I'll open the I'll
Is
open
this
the
a
door.
desk?
Yeah, it's a desk.
I'll fit on top of that.
There is
I'm willing to spoon with one of y'all.
there is just enough room for all of you to put your bedrolls in comfortably. Which is likely what Uncle Reggie meant when he wanted y'all to get along and work together. And the bed is
This is
big
a
enough for
friendly
two
party,
people.
though.
The bed is big
I'm
enough
sorry,
for
can-
two people
Can you
who want
reping
to
where
snuggle
room 3
platonically.
is? You said it was
Down here.
Down here?
Yep.
I'm
Ready.
Down
all
here to the
for
right.
a sleepover.
Hang on, I'll just
but
drag you
yeah.
in. There you go. Okay. Room 3.
Miss can curl up in the chair. She could sleep there. It's fine.
Okay. All right. And of course, there is a window that looks out into the center of Savosa. Okay. So you're all in the room for the evening, shutting the door, turning in. Anybody taking watch?
Miss will take first watch.
I'm
Okay.
going to take a bath because Freed had it right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
the
gotta-
same.
There's
I
no
need to
telling when the
be
next
sick.
time I'm gonna be
Yeah.
able to wash my hair or anything else. I'm taking a bath and I'm gonna enjoy it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Putting a bunch
Taking a
of toilet
bath.
paper in a bag.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
you know,
there-
take
there-
everything that's free.
There is a washroom, but if there is a bathhouse that's sort of like a wooden partition that you can close outside that has a well and a bucket with some soap, but it's closed off, so you can go in there. It's a single person. It's like a partition. It's open on top, but you can go in and close the door and have privacy and kind of just water bucket head type of thing. It's not like
I will
like
do
out
what
back.
I must.
okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you can all take turns shuffling out there. There is a key. You can lock it from the inside, but it's like closed off partition, little box. You can, and there's a well inside. It's like a 10-foot room, so like 4 or 5 foot squares. It's like old wood, like this is an old bathhouse when you're camping and no roof,
Yeah.
right? So, but it's clean enough, right? And you might want to wear sandals in there, but otherwise, it's
And the freak
I
just
bust
goes in
out
there.
my
It's just like,
slides.
thank the
Crocs.
gods.
Get your
I
Crocs.
know produce spray
Yeah.
flame and just to heat up the water.
Yeah.
So she like casts the spell in the bucket where the water is, so it's
Mhm.
not cold.
Yeah. But there is soap. There's like there's a whole sort of cabinet full of soap that is provided. So it's sort of like behind the main building, sort of out over here by the
Yep.
footbridge
Could
there.
take some soap too.
Don't know when we're gonna get these things again.
Okay.
So we just take some.
Yeah, no, and it's not terrible. It's like everything else is here. It's it's camping, but it's a comfortable bed inside of a tavern, which is good. The only thing there's a little bit of an is is the 10 by 10 washroom, but I mean the well is right outside. So bucket in door, lock, water, soap, bucket, and then if you can warm it up, you can warm it up. But other than that, everyone is able to get sparkly clean and smell nice. Everyone is able to find rest for the evening and complete a long rest. Is there anything that anyone wants to do through the course of the night? It's a calm, well-protected town with Saraka Rendil here. There's not going to be too much of an issue.
I can't
well,
think
that
of
was-
anything Miss wants to do. Do you need me to roll anything for the watch?
You can roll a perception check. First watch, just making sure there's nothing untoward. You can hear the Dragonborn. Yep, with a 19, you can hear the sort of putting voices together in your mind as to the voices that you had taken stock of before. The 2 Dragonborn that were seated at a table in the tavern also make their way up and are stationed in the room just on the opposite of yours, so room 2. And y'all are room 3.
3.
So, yep. So, they're in room 2. You can also hear a giggling, the voices of the orcish woman and the drow kind of giggling as they make their way past into one of the other side rooms to the west. But other than that, these seem to be the only 3 parties. The 3 halflings may have been locals. They seem to be returning back home. So, I think
Yeah, with her hearing in a 19, I just assumed that she hears basically everything.
Yep. Yeah, no, and that's about it. Nothing untoward. Just as you are about to finish your shift for the evening, you hear just something, your ears stand up on themselves. And as your ears kind of perk up, ooh, raid. Awesome. Thank you.
Oh.
Hello, friends.
Hello, Raiders.
Hi, Raiders!
Hello. Hi.
Hi, friends.
Thank you for the raid.
Yeah.
I
They're
love
cute
the
little dog
huntars.
emotes.
I
I
also
love
have dog
them.
modes. I have dogs.
That is really adorable.
Okay.
And
So-
the follow.
Yeah, thank y'all. All right. So, just as you, the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, your ears prick up a little bit, and you can hear just outside of the window, hello, friends. Hello again. Thank you for the raid. Thank you so much. We'll do a shout out, y'all. See y'all are playing. Cool. Game's nice. Y'all? Okay. You can hear just a faint sound that seems distant, and then you listen again, and it is... It's my partner. Hello. That's okay. Interrupt away. We love the raids. I'm going to give a shout out to my partner here. And see our strawberry. Oh, all right. It's almost like the sound of tapping on the window. And then just the faint sound of scraping on the window behind you.
She's gonna turn around and take a look.
Okay.
Just-
You turn your head and make your way towards the window, stepping over your companions who have set up their bedrolls for the evening, and look out the window, and you see nothing.
Oh, she sure as hell heard something.
You did hear something. There is nothing outside the window.
Great, place is haunted. That'll be fun to break the news to everyone.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Uncle Reggie did say something about things that go knock in the night.
Oh, he did say that.
Yes.
Oh, this one did have the decency to go knock, it went scrape.
Knock, a scrape, tomatoes, tomatoes. Okay. Who is taking second watch?
I can.
Okay.
Alright, Mist is gonna pass on the weird window nonsense to them.
Okay. Yep. So you pass, and Catelyn, did you want to take second watch as well with Gilly? Or do you?
If Gilly needs a friend,
Okay.
you can come nudge me on the desk. Otherwise, if you don't,
Cool.
it'll be okay.
All right.
Permission to wake up. Understood.
Gilly, perception check.
Gillian's sticking her head out the window at first to investigate the knocking.
Okay. Yeah. As you kind of are given that by Mist, you don't hear anything.
14.
Okay. No, you get through most of the night, and then comes the wee hours of the morning. Witching hour, if you will. And you do see something in courtyard outside, in the sort of the square. There's like a lot of little town squares in Savosa, in the central region of Savosa. There's like a series of buildings, and then a square, and then a series of buildings and a square, and it's all spread out for miles, just lots of these little it's sort of like not a walkable community by any means, but these little microcosms are, and it takes a long time to get anywhere, but not in an unreasonable amount of time, but it's like essentially, think of like it's a large suburban town. Probably think of the largest suburban town, but more in sort of this medieval style. And then like you can walk places, but it's going to take a couple of hours at least, sometimes maybe 3 or 4 hours to get to the far end. But technically walkable. It's just a very, very large township with lots of open areas and farms, and the farms extend even further out into the distance. But walking through sort of the center square here, there is a small public fountain in the center, and it's an angelic figure. It just has a cup, right, a bowl that is sort of pouring out, and you just see behind it in the moonlight, again, as it is a very near to a full moon. It is a waxen gibbous. Probably the next night the moon will be full, and you see a figure just kind of walking through that stops as you kind of look at this figure. Not anyone that you have seen before. It's a feminine figure. She has sort of like a form-fitting, almost looks like sort of a combination of sort of lace and silk, but reinforced with leather, like a leather corset. It's mostly dark gray, and there are a few buckles along the lower skirt portion, and a long dark blue cape. She also has a brimmed hat with a point that kind of folds back. And she just kind of, again, like you saw with the battle mages, like a tick for mages, just kind of springs up a little bit of purple light in her fingertips. She has long painted black nails that come to a fine point, elegant in their own right. She just kind of just runs one of her fingers through her long strawberry red hair and kind of slowly looks up to the window and makes direct eye contact with you.
Gillian sticks her head out the window. I love your skirt! Also, you're very pretty.
Oh my god. Why are you yelling?
She just kind of does a little curtsy and then continues walking.
Bravo, mysterious midnight woman. Bravo.
Who are you yelling at?
Anyone know who that is?
Look at the pretty lady!
Does anyone know who that is above game?
Nah.
Off the top of my head, no.
No.
I
Well, if you
know
don't-
that Amina's gonna want to meet her for like,
Yeah.
fashion tips.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fashion tips, and that's what I want to meet her for.
Yeah, let's go with that.
And yes, so thank you again to all of our new friends and for the follows and for the raid. Thank you all very much. And Gilly, you said that you relay that to the next watch as well?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And if Kathy's gonna wake up and be like, look at the pretty lady, and try to like draw attention to.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I'll look at the pretty lady.
Yeah,
but
she's gone by
I
the
have
time
no
you get
idea who
there.
that is.
Yeah.
I
So
missed the pretty lady?
yeah, by the time Gilly gets there to tell you, and you go to the window to look, there is no one else there.
But yeah, I relay that to the next person. All the strange happenings that are afoot.
Okay. All right. Well, Catelyn, could I please get one final perception check for you as it's coming up on the early dawn hours, like between 3:30 and 7 a.m. or between 4 and 7?
Kevin.
Oh boy.
Wisdom is a dump stat,
Oh
am I right?
no! Yeah. All right.
Just threw that right in the trash.
Oh boy.
Who needs to
Right.
know things? Vibes only.
You get through most of the watch, and as soon as dawn is just about to crest over the horizon, you also hear something that sounds like what Mist had described to Gilly that Gilly had described to you, which is just a
But is it
taps
still that,
on the
or has
window.
It, like, telephone to something terrible?
No, it's just the taps on the window followed by a scrape on the window. But you realize it a lot less sooner. then
I'd like to
Misted.
think that I'm like just bored at this point when those taps on the window happen. I don't even realize they're happening on the window, and I just respond by tapping the same beats on my stomach.
Okay.
Like just waiting until I can open that bag of sun chips that no one wants to be have opened in the middle of the night. So I'm just sitting there waiting.
You
Oh,
hear
that's so real.
the floorboards outside the door. Everyone is sound asleep at this point, but you just hear steps. That come right outside the door. And the door, you hear it unlock.
I'm wondering if I can sneak over the door and why am I like this? Why am I like this in every campaign I play? I want to just rip a silent but deadly fart that I've been kind of holding in because I didn't want to wake anyone up from the stink. But now that I know someone's outside the door, it's going to be absolutely quiet.
Okay.
No sound,
Right.
no
Yep.
nothing, but it's the kind of smell you can.
Yeah, the rest of you are having dreams that you're like somebody served you some old eggs or something. I don't know. It's like what is happening? You see some of the who's closest to you? Mist kind of just twitches a little bit, very feline like.
Yeah, I'm over by the door now. So
Okay,
I would
all
have.
right. Yeah, full range. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
So-
I want it to be like I want that first hit to be the person that comes in.
Perfect. All right, and do you open the door?
I thought you said it was kind of opening. Already.
Yeah, it's so the door, the lock clicks, and then it just opens slightly, and then stops.
So I'll stand on the other side with a toe up, but not pressed against the door, there to block it as I just kind of like lean into it with my toots.
Cool. Make a wisdom
toot
saving
trap.
throw for me, please.
A wisdom saving throw.
Yep.
Most
What?
excellent.
Yeah.
12.
This is gonna go well.
Hey, I'm proficient in it, you guys. Why? I don't know.
Okay.
Does the
Well, that's
person
not
on the
bad.
other side of the door have to do a con save at least?
Yeah,
Nothing. So
I'm resistant to
We
being
do have
poisoned.
a
They are
floating
not.
advantage in chat, by the
yeah,
way.
you do. You do. Do you want to re-roll that wisdom save?
Just
Yeah.
saying.
Okay.
I know. Worse.
Okay. Yeah. Well, so you were waiting. So if someone came in, you were gonna slam the door in the opposite direction. Or are you just gonna do that now?
No, I'm just gonna not necessarily slam it. They're just going to push the door, and then the door will stop because I've got my foot like kind of my toe pulled up, so
Mhm.
that way as it comes in, like they make contact with my
Okay.
foot.
That's exactly
I
what
just
you.
don't want them to be able to fit their whole body in, just a little bit.
That's exactly what you wait for, and it never comes.
I'll look out the door
You kind of
while trying not to breathe.
look out into the hallway. You just see the faint sort of the faint glow of oil lamps flickering. Nobody's there.
Okay. Well, that's fun. I'm gonna look around the room, see if there's any like.
You start to hear whispers. Like someone whispering from outside the window.
Hello?
No response, just intensifying whispers.
It's not nice to whisper about someone, especially when they can hear you whispering, but not what you're saying.
It starts to turn into like a it starts to turn into like a melodic song that can only be described as the crying of babies and the screams of distant people.
Great, so you gassed a bunch of babies. Good job.
Everyone, wake up! I'm gonna start going around and wiggling everybody.
As soon as you turn, to wake everyone up, you can see now in the window there is a visage kind of floating outside the window, a shape vaguely human that is just wrong. It is gnarled and twisted roots of shadow and void. The jaw is an extended mammalian jaw, this sort of predator's jaw that extends, and inside the lower jaw that is just a bone and the top half of a human skull, there is a screaming void that continuously expands through the window as gnarled roots just make their way in through the window, crashing through, lunging forward at you, and you can hear the distant screams and wails of suffering people and the wrong visage of this jump scare creature. And as it lunges forward, you wake up back near the desk and you have a nosebleed. You take 1 point of psychic damage, and you just hear sort of this laugh, this this distorted laugh. And the last thing you hear is, "I am the Hollow Man, and soon the harvest begins." And that's where we're going to take a break.
Oh,
That's where we're going to go ahead and
Okay.
take a break.
You get 10 minutes to ruminate on the Hollow Man, basically threatening to murder you.
Yeah!
yeah.
And that's 2 floating advantages. All right, so there's another floating advantage in the chat. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to break. We're going to take 10 minutes, everyone, so go take care of yourselves. 12:28, we will be back. All right, y'all, and we'll see you back here in 10 minutes.
Okay.
There we go. Okay. No, I don't need. I don't have a mic in my camera. All right. Welcome back, everybody. Morning comes to all of you. Catelyn, by the way, that was a nosebleed, 1 psychic damage. You're able to sleep it off and regain that after you do complete a long rest. But that was really spooky. In that moment where the sun is just starting to come up, Catelyn, how do you respond to that spooky hollow man outside the window?
Nosebleed. I'm just gonna be sad.
All right. And as everyone kind of rouses to consciousness, you are the last one. So you can choose to relay that if you wish. But everyone at this point all kind of comes to
will.
consciousness.
I will. Hollow Man gave me a bloody nose.
That's not very nice of them.
Apparently the harvest is
Hollow?
beginning soon, but I thought it was springtime.
Who's the
The
Hollow
harvest is in
Man?
fall.
Oh, I was really hoping one of you guys would know who the Hollow Man
I don't know.
is.
Do
What
I?
Would Miss know anything about it because, you know, the storytelling aspect of
History
the
check.
character?
That's good.
Okay.
Yeah. Give me
May
a
as
history
well.
check. Right.
Oh.
Nice.
Why?
Wow. Okay. All right. So Mist and Estelle are both kind of racking their brains, and Estelle, you kind of have a very distinct memory of a story from when you were small about the North and about how the North was haunted by this entity, this creature, almost like a bedtime story, like the boogeyman. There was these stories that have been passed down from generation to generation, part of like the horrible children's tales you tell your whatever this world's equivalent of the Grimm. We can just call it Valyrian Grimm, the Valyrian Grimm Chronicles. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. And we'll call it Flamstokers. The Flamstokers are like the monster hunters of these stories. Uh, just enough of a difference. No, it's okay. So the Flamstokers of these Valyrian Grim Chronicles once dealt with an ancient being made of the twisted, sort of combining the twisted wood of the Olde Margreve with the kidnapped children that they had taken, who don't go to bed early enough or don't listen to their parents, or the runaways, and this twisted amalgamation is what remains. And in the stories, this hollow man serves the matron of Baba Yaga of the woods. It's sort of the simulacrum, or the sentinel of Baba Yaga, or a creation that has gone wild, that is no longer under the control of the old wise witch of the woods. There are a couple different stories. Others say that the hollow man simply listens to the whim of nature itself and is trying to right the balance between the old world and the new world.
Yeah, Estelle would relay that information to the rest of the group, probably with like no fancy words, or at least butchered fancy words like simulacrum or something like that.
Right.
Yeah, it was probably just that. I didn't think that was real. I thought my parents were just trying to make me go to bed on time.
Oh, lovely. That's what I heard at the window last night.
I saw a pretty lady. I don't know what y'all were seeing. But I definitely...
The Hollow Man was not a pretty lady. Just for clarification.
Oh, I'm glad.
Two different people outside the window.
Oh,
our window was a popular spot last evening.
Why?
I don't know, but we're gonna get some curtains if we're gonna stay in here for more than a day.
That's a smart idea. I'm heading to the grocer. If anyone wants to come with me and see if we can't find us a nice set of curtains, then we could do that.
Okay. Also, up on the hill behind you, that's the Lawmaster's Hall. By the way, that is the Savosi Lawmaster's Hall.
I mean, if it's close to the other people that we were supposed to see too, there are a couple others in Uncle Reggie's letter.
Mm-hmm. There was the adventurer. Also, Kathleen, were you going to say something? I'm sorry if I stepped over you there.
Yeah.
Okay. So there was the. Let me bring up the note again. Second letter from Uncle Reggie. You are to seek out the Nor'easter coster, simply known as the Nor'easters, which is a trading coster of Dragonborn, and also a trader, an old trader and adventurer by the name of Fintrith, who was also at the tavern the previous evening, was pointed out to you by Merrick, the tavern keep, and then also the village blacksmith, Frida. These are very specific names that were all named to you, and then it was see you soon, nieces and nephews, as well as a large bottle of very delicious, very strong whiskey, and a stipend of coin in the amount of 100 gold pieces, as well as a dozen rations. Those are your recommendations from Uncle Reggie. You can hear the early morning bells and the shouts of military personnel who are patrolling the walls of the Lawmaster's Hall before you, which in Savosa is, thanks to the Centuries War and sort of 2 centuries of sort of collective PTSD, a walled enclosure. Unlike other Lawmaster's Hold, this has an armed garrison that patrols the walls, as well as a secondary interior fortification where prisoners and the Lawmaster sits, as well as the magistrate. So because this town was sacked during the Centuries War, you'll see a lot, like a strong military-minded sense of security. It's not a military culture like in Bastion's Hold, but everyone here is very aware of the history of Savosa. So you'll see a lot of sort of structures that reflect that sort of deep trauma, as the entire region was sort of slashed and burned. So there's a lot of sort of refortified structures. But the people here themselves are kind of easygoing, very calm, and it's kind of a nice atmosphere. Carry on.
Well,
I
If nothing
know
else, we
Gilly's got that meeting at 10:30, but is
Mhm.
there
I do have a
anywhere to like what I'm guessing, well, what time is it now?
Probably like 8:30 in the morning, but there is eggs and cauliflower au gratin that has been prepared, as well as some toast by Merrick. So fresh fried eggs, as well as some oatmeal and some toast, some buttered salted toast, and sort of a large plate of cauliflower au gratin that you can all just kind of cheap and easy. Cauliflower with breadcrumbs, baked in the oven.
And then I guess what time do the shops around here open? Is there a library?
There is a small library, the Savosa Library. It's this, well, actually, I say small. It's this big building right here. It's, but it's the only library in town, basically the only show in town, really. The collective knowledge of Savosa has been, which is a huge region, is sort of stored here at the Savosa Library.
Then I think after breakfast, Nefrit is going to go to the library and try to find out some more information about these woods, if there's anything there, and these grim fairy tales, to see if there's anything else to learn about the Hollow Man.
Okay. All right. Just because it's a cool name, the tanner here, the name of the tannery is called the Griffin's Roost, and you can see it on a sign just because I wanted to point it out. Anyway, but, all right, so
Very
library is here, and I'll even put a little mark here. And what else were you looking for, Nefrit?
Like what time the shops start to open?
Oh, you're just asking around. Sometimes it's kind of depends. Some 8, some 9, 8 or 9, 9-ish. For most of them.
I just wanted to get a cloak for when we do finally get out into the woods. Something that's a little bit more weather resistant.
I mean, we'll say by the time that you all have breakfast and everything with Merrick and the downstairs of the Wayside Inn, you're able to, all the shops are open for the most part. So.
Okay. But yeah, I think library first.
Okay, all right, so we have Nefrit is going to the Savosa Public Library.
Mm-hmm.
That on the map layer. Savosa Public Library is here. Okay.
Amazing.
All right, who else is going where?
I think Miss is gonna go with Nefrit to the library.
Okay, all right, Miss and Nefrit to the library. And I know Gillian is heading towards the Village Green Grocer down here in the corner. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
That is indeed what I think.
Go ahead and move some tokens around. All right, Estelle and Catelyn, where are you headed?
I mean, I'm down to go at least start on the list that Reggie gave us a little bit. Maybe starting with the Nor'easter Coster.
Okay. All right.
Oh man, I was thinking about the blacksmith, but I don't want to go.
I mean, oh, it's
Splitting
like
the
you
party
can
is
do
up.
that.
much. I will go grocery shopping as well, and perhaps we will end up either at the blacksmith or the trader.
Yeah, we could definitely meet up.
Right. Village Green Grocer. Map layer. Cool. All right, so Catelyn and Estelle, one more time, sorry. Where are y'all headed?
The Nor'easter Coster.
Okay, so you start
And I'm
to...
going with Gilly.
Okay. So the good news is that the Nor'easter Coster has a small office right on the corner here. You can see that as you kind of just make your way around where you had seen Pretty Lady by the fountain the previous evening, following the signs to all the locations. Map layer. This is text. Where are you? There we go. Coster. There's a little apostrophe in there too. Okay. There is a large wooden sign that has essentially a really stylized roaring dragon that is biting down on a shield. And on either side of the shield, there are there are these two wagon wheels that sort of form almost like a Venn, like infinity symbol behind it. These overlapping wagon wheels that are sort of behind like frills on the blue dragon. It's a really cool design. And it kind of swings on and sort of emblazoned in sort of like this shimmering white ink. It just says Nor'easter, Coster on it. Nor'easter on top, Coster on the bottom. And Estelle and Catelyn make your way over. The sights and sounds are, it's a regular suburban town. There are now dozens, hundreds of people who are coming to and fro. And in the chaos here in Savosa, you can see of maybe 100, 200 people that are sort of coming and going and talking amongst each other. About half of them are preparing to pack bags and backpacks and go bags, are hastily leaving their homes and their places of business, putting up temporarily closed signs or reduced hours signs that have been sort of hastily written on parchment and are being hammered into various businesses. Some folks who are shuttering their windows, who are preparing, dozens of carts are coming and going, and you can hear the constant braying of horses as more and more pilgrims are gathering to make that trek south. And more are flooding in, trickling in, I should say, from the northern and northeastern regions of Savosa, as this is the southernmost buttress of the region, because it connects to the Lake Savosa. But yeah, that's about half of what's happening. There are, you can see there's about 3 closed food stands that have, right in the center here, that have that same sort of signage that's been either currently or previously hastily pinned up to the posts and shut down. But there are food stands also beginning to open, various traders in the center of the town square here. It's almost sort of becoming like a small market where everyone seems to be congregating, getting a little crowded. But as people start to kind of push in, some of them kind of getting on the southern road to head towards the Bellows, you have a moment standing outside the Coster, and the blue dragonborn from the previous evening steps out from the now open door. They can tie it off. There's a little bell on top that they kind of adjust for when the door is closed. And there's maybe about 6'6", 6'7". This blue dragonborn woman kind of comes out and sees the two of you from the tavern last night. And she was the one that was kind of looking at the carpet with you, Catelyn. That was kind of like looking back and forth between you and the carpet and you and the carpet. And at one point, before things get really chaotic, she kind of looked over and was like, the previous night, and was about to say something but was interrupted by Siraka Rendiel. So she kind of just points at you and kind of looks over to Estelle and also sees Estelle and just, oh, you're the two from last night. I was going to say, what was so interesting about the rug? Did you find anything that I didn't see?
It's a good rug.
Yes.
Really well made.
Yes. I can order you one if you want one.
I presently don't have anywhere to put one.
Okay.
But
Fair
good to
enough.
know that we can get one, though.
I can order anything. Anything you want. No problem.
Do you happen to have any sound dampening window curtains?
I can put in a special request, but I don't really have anything like that. That would have to be a custom request, but I'm sure I could get it. And you can see the other Dragonborn sort of the rear door is open, and you can sort of see into the coster, and they are also preparing a large cart full of supplies. There is also a third individual, a human man, maybe mid-20s, very unassuming, sort of shoulder-length, raven hairs, kind of also has an apron on that's loading in helping to load some of the crates, maybe like 6 foot tall, kind of well-toned, very effortlessly carrying these crates back and forth with the other white dragonborn. So you can see that they're also packing up a cart. But yeah, I can put in a request. Might be a while.
That'd be rad.
Yeah, rad. All right.
Love that.
Yeah. We have a run to make. So we're just getting ready to head to Savosa in the Margreve. But we should be back in... You know what they say about the Margreve? You plan, the Margreve laughs, right? So, I don't know, maybe give us 2 10-day. Maybe 3 to be on the safe side. Especially with all of the reports of people seeing things in the middle of the night and encroaching darkness, that sort of thing, even with the springtime. And then whatever that was that fell from the sky.
Like a hollow man.
Like a what?
Hollow man?
He's out there.
Like a man that's hollow inside? Like, does this man resonate? Can you play him like the drums?
It might work.
Okay.
I did not attempt that. They gave me a bloody nose in the early hours of this morning, and it kind of sucked.
Did you smack him back?
Them. No.
So, okay. Well, I hope you get revenge for the bloody nose. Bloody nose for a bloody nose.
Just look out for men that look hollow.
And you can hear the other white dragonborn kind of shout from the back. Like the old fairy tales, darling. And she just... Oh! Oh yeah, the wooden guy, right?
I know, it was dark out, it was scary.
Is that what
And I
people
got
are
a bloody
seeing?
nose.
Is that what people are seeing? The Hollow Man from the fairy tales?
Maybe.
Oh, that's weird. I'm glad I haven't seen anything like that. But if you want sound dampening curtains, once we get back, I can put in a special request for you, or even better, for a down payment of 2 silver. I can start the request now, send it out, that'll take care of the postage, and it'll be in process by the time we get back. It'll require a down payment, though, but if you want to wait, you can wait. Of course, it's your coin, but we're happy to be of service however we can. The Nor'easter Coster can get anything done anywhere.
Okay.
Any request goes to port.
Yeah, I've got some silver. We'll give them the 2 silver.
Okay. All right, you can put 2 silver down, exchange coin, and you just... All right, I'll get that started. And what are your names? Just so I go, what is your name, since you're going to be on the order?
Kathleen Deep Delver.
Kathleen Deep Delver. All right. I'm Bryza. With a B. Bryza.
Well, nice to meet you. I'm Estelle.
Nice to meet you too. Estelle? All right. Estelle and Catelyn. And Catelyn is the name on the order, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, and Catelyn, you said you gave her your last name, right? Deep Delver?
Deep Delver. Yes.
Okay, all right. Oh, the Deep Delver clan. Lots of business down there in the Iron Bellows, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, we use some of your magical locks too. They're great.
Yeah. Those are pretty rad.
All right, so I'll get that request in, and we're gonna get started. It should take us a few hours, but we'll be off to the Margreve by the end of the day, and we have the 2 of us, and we're just waiting on our bodyguard to come with us, and as soon as he shows up, probably right after noontime, we should be good to go. So,
Do you need anything for the road? Do you need any friends to go with you? I know that we're supposed to go there at some point, but I don't know when we're going. To the Olde Margreve, that is.
You're going to the Margreve?
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know. The way you said it, I don't know if I want to anymore.
Well, it's dangerous. What's up?
Yeah, but
No, you know what?
like
Fuck
everywhere is.
I mean, we're
Mugs
going.
on the road.
Oh, I heard something about that. It
Yeah,
was.
and now they're trying to pin it on us.
Lots
Because they
of
can
rumors
run
around.
faster. I have little
Yeah.
legs.
I don't know.
Run.
I don't know anything about that, but I'm happy to do business with you in the meantime. You're here. You haven't been arrested, so I'm going to assume everything is good. So we're going to finish loading up the cart. If you want to come with us, you're welcome to do so. It's the road itself is not, well, activity from the Watchers has been lessened as of late. They seem to kind of have moved their operation somewhere else, which is good for business. So we haven't had to worry about the Watchers in over a fortnight. That's the good news. The bad news is where we're going is very dangerous. So if we can get to the edge of the wood, don't exhale yet, because we still have to get through the wood. So, if you,
Okay, when can we exhale?
when can you all what?
When can we exhale?
Once we get to
Yeah.
Lavosa. Oh, that wasn't literal.
Okay.
Just a figure of speech.
Oh. Okay.
We're not good with those.
We're really not.
No.
Just make sure you get some of Arnold's sweet fish before you go. Makes the best anywhere. Best breakfast too. Trust me. You gotta try the sweet fish and egg. It'll blow your mind.
Didn't know.
At least I like it. I don't know, just me. I can't. You can see her mouth kind of watering a little bit. Oh, I'm hungry now. Anyway, we're gonna wrap up here. If you want to come with us, if you're seeking passage, we'd be happy to bring you all along. The more arms, the better. I can see you are all armed, so
Yeah, safety in numbers, you know. We'll talk with the rest of our group and
All
kind
right.
of see what's going on. But one more thing. We were advised by a friend to check in over here. Goes by the
Okay.
name of Reginald Esquire, big red beard, kind of oddly dressed.
there's a few people around here with a big red beard that are oddly dressed, but I don't know anybody by that name.
What was the other one? Cullen, maybe?
I know about 20 Cullens.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
There's Cullen, Killian, Cullen, the accent, and then repeat that several times over. There's a lot of them, but
Mhm.
I wish I could be of more help. Perhaps an old customer. We have so many customers, I have no idea. I can't remember every single one, unfortunately. I wish I could. We'd be more popular than we are, right? But hey, how about this? Business is business, and you're here, so I'll put in this request. Maybe they were the one that maybe they were the one that put the idea in your mind about sun ebony curtains. I don't know. I'm not one to ask, but whatever you need.
Maybe. He does seem to have good intuition on things. Maybe that's why he recommended that.
Very well could be. But whatever you need, the Nor'easters are here to provide for you. And we'll wait for you, and we'll consider it a mutually beneficial compact. And she kind of puts out a large draconic hand. Whoever will shake it.
I reach up and shake her hand.
Gives you a nice firm dragonborn shake and just, all right. Pleasure doing business with you. A mutually beneficial caravan compact. We'll watch out for you. You watch out for us. And we'll give you a discount on both of your orders.
Ooh,
If there's any trouble.
I love a discount.
If there's any trouble and you help defend us, or we help defend you and vice versa, there will be a discount on your future purchases. Otherwise, safety in numbers, right?
Mhm.
Right.
Okay.
Should we go to the grocery and check in on Gilly?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Plus,
the
it's right
doctor.
across the street.
It is right across the street. Freshest produce in all of Savosa.
Oh,
Don't forget to try the sweet fish. Arnold's sweet fish.
great. Yep.
Arnold Sweetfish. Got it.
The actual stand is called Arnold Sugarfins. Okay. All right, let's go back up to Mist and Nefrit over at the Savosi Public Library. Okay, you kind of make your way in, and it's an old library that is 3-tiered. It goes all the way up to sort of like the peaked roof is the 3rd tier. And there's like a secondary reading room here that has... it's interesting. There is sort of this room here, it's open to... There's windows that kind of wrap around here that come to a point, and there are busts of heroes from ages past, from the Centuries War, and even beyond, from the Second Infernal Crusade. And in the 3rd room here, there is another reading room that only has 3 small windows on each side, a large table in the center, and several portraits and paintings, as well as ornate pottery that is lining the room, and sort of more ancient artifacts from the Second Infernal Crusade, whereas the other room was mostly the Centuries War. These are older, ancient artifacts that are sort of preserved. And there is a central desk here, like a long desk with 3 chairs, only one person on today. It's sort of like a U-shaped desk with a U coming into the library. And then the 3 tiers on the inside, of course, and you can walk up. And also, sort of running down the middle is another long line of books. And the woman that checks you in is sort of an elvish woman, blonde hair tied up in a bun, kind of one string of hair coming down here. Has sort of light pink nails and full face of makeup and glasses. Right, that she kind of looks down and is kind of flipping through some pages of what seems to be, she's doing a little bit of journaling, and then also maybe some studying on the side as well.
Excuse me.
Yeah, how can I help you?
Hi, yeah, I was hoping to... I'm looking for 3 things.
Uh-huh.
First, I'm looking for any information that the library might hold about the Margreve.
Uh-huh.
Second is a copy of the Valyrian Grimm Chronicles.
Okay.
And the third is I would love any books you have on magical staff.
She just kind of taps her fountain pen on the table and just... History down there on the left, 2nd floor on the right, folklore, top floor, magic. Just goes back to her journaling.
Do you want me to cover the folklore, since that's a bit more in my wheelhouse?
Absolutely. Thank you. And then I will head towards history about
Okay.
the Margrave.
All right. So I would like for you each to make an investigation check, please. Low DC, DC 11.
I doubt you said it. I'm probably going to fail, but, you know.
That's
I
the
did not.
categories. Okay, yep. Takes about 10 minutes, but you find exactly what you're looking for. Oh no, Nefrit can't find... Nefrit is having a really hard time finding out exactly where these books are. So what was the category that Mist was going to look for again?
Folklore.
Folklore. Yep, you find it within 5 minutes. The Valyrian Grimm Chronicles and stories about Flamstokers. You find one concise omnibus that you can check out.
Okay, since she's got that, she'll swing over and see if Nefrit needs any help.
Yes, she does. Another investigation check, if you don't mind. You both kind of... And Nefrit, what were you looking for again? History?
Yeah, I was just looking at like any information about the Margrave itself down here. Just kind of so we know what we're getting into.
Yeah, so coming back down to the first floor, kind of looking through, backtracking through some of the rooms, you're looking through history of the Margreve, and you're not really finding anything. It's a lot on the history of the Centuries War, the Baeltheria, comprehensive histories of the Savosa, and long lines of lineages of the royal family, of the Malewins and the Valyrians. But between the two of you, no books on history, unfortunately.
I'm sorry.
I give up. I'm going
I mean,
upstairs.
Okay.
Miss knows at least a little bit about it because of the various folklore that's been passed
right.
around through it.
Okay, so there's sort of like they're old sort of metal and bronze staircases, sort of that have these bronze railings that kind of wrap around the entirety of the building. Otherwise, sort of metal staircases that you can you're clanging on as you walk up to the overhang. And it's sort of like a ring that surrounds the second floor and the third floor. So if you kind of lean too far over the edge, you get vertigo. But it's really cool to be up on these like suspended platforms and looking down and seeing the statues and the busts and the old architecture. But up on the third floor, go ahead and make an investigation check for me as well, Nefri. Or
Please be nice to
the
me.
last one. Oh, you walk right up and turn the corner, and you kind of point a finger and walk towards exactly what book you're wanting, and you grab. What exactly were you looking for?
I'm looking for magical staffs. I'm looking for the one that I saw in my vision, so I know what I'm looking for, what it does, all the information that I can get about it.
Wow. Okay, so you immediately go into the first book you pull. You open the page, like right to the middle, and you flip a few times, and almost immediately on after just a few seconds, you flip. Wow. I can't believe I have to give this to you so early. Well done. And you kind of look at the power of the library is thwarted me.
Having
Damn it.
fun isn't hard when you've got the library.
I've been I've been foiled by the power of the local public library. And you can see as you flip through knowledge, as you flip through, you can see that exact description of the staff, and above it there is just the caption just says, "The staff of Throvinia, the Wild Mother." And then below it, and as you kind of turn the page, it says that the staff of Throvinia was wielded by the Wild Mother when she first cultivated this land, starting in Vaeltheria, above the ancient crater of Dathiat, spreading life and loam through the land. And with a wave of her staff, she could command the plants and the seeds that she had planted to grow at an exponentially higher rate than they normally would. And it is said that with a wave of her staff, that the great green giantess known as the Wild Mother had wielded such power with the staff that plants and entire forests, starting with the Margreve itself, had sprung up nearly overnight from nothing.
While she's doing that, can Miss go back to the folklore section and see if there's anything about the Margreve in there?
Yep, absolutely. Another investigation check on the second floor for folklore.
Because, she didn't find anything in history, so... She finds nothing, I'm guessing.
You're finding a lot of tales about sort of Eastern folklore from... they talk about the Oni of Greater Takashor, and the war of unification between Greater Takashor and the Empire about 120 years ago that ended in a stalemate, and how that caused sort of like these fiendish figures to appear in the countryside, as it was the common folk that had suffered the most during this sort of war of attempted unification.
Okay, she's gonna remember that for like future storytelling stuff, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
relevant. So she's gonna go find a table, look at the book she did manage to find the first time.
Cool. All right. So, Nefrit, what are you thinking?
Well, I'm glad that I have a name for the staff and that it wasn't just some crazy vision and that it's going to do exactly what I thought it was going to do, which is heal the forest. And now I'm just like frantically sort of copying that information down because I know my brain will not remember it. So I've got like out parchment and I'm like trying to sketch the staff and like there's another sketch of the staff, the one that I drew from like memory, and then like it's not as good as this one since I'm copying it down exactly, that I'm just writing everything down.
Okay. All right. So you have drawings and sketches and descriptions and tracings. You have everything, especially with a nat 20. You've got this written down, ingrained in your mind. You know exactly what it is. You're ready to go. You're armed with a mind, as they say.
And I know I have to go northwest to find the staff.
Yes.
And hopefully that's the same direction that very expensive prince is in.
Yes. Well, northwest is the Margreve. That's like the main thing that's northwest. Beyond that is a radiated wasteland. So that's the Margreve.
Well, if a wave of this staff can heal the land, then radiation has nothing on the Wild Mother.
Yes, that is true.
Still very annoyed that I couldn't figure out anything else about the Margraves, and now I think we have to go ask the locals, but
Yeah.
I'm very excited
Yes.
about this information.
Well, you do have a name of a local to specifically seek out.
Yes, we have to go talk to Finn.
Yes, I had a whole monologue I prepared.
Yeah, no, I figured talking to Finn, everybody
yeah.
should be together for that.
That is fair. That is fair. I was like screaming at my partner, I'm not done with the block text yet. I gotta get it. All right. Gillian, you arrive at the village greengrocer. And there's a lot of people who are hastily buying up vegetables for travel to the south. A few people who are buying daily produce, or as the Brits say, produce, getting their daily vegetables. And it takes a while. It's pretty popular. Some people were lining up early in the morning. Some more stands are opening around you, but eventually you make your way into this long, partially open air building that's sort of like a two-layered, sort of one longer pavilion and then a secondary building that is more enclosed, that has the cashier and the clerk. But making your way in, you can see fruits and vegetables, and you just grab some a bushel of grapes.
I grab some grapes, I grab some greens, and I kind of look around and I find whatever interesting fruit or vegetable looks freshest and most in season as well.
There are some spring strawberries, raspberries, and blueberries, but there's not a lot.
I take some blueberries. 'Cause those
Blueberries?
are really high in antioxidants. and
Okay.
Good for critters.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
All right, so
And then I go to
blueberries, grapes,
Caveman.
greens. Okay, all right, so you blueberries, grapes, and greens, bring them to the front. That is going to be, hang on, let me do the math over here. 6 silver for the grapes. How many greens are you buying? Just like one head of lettuce?
Yeah.
Okay, all right, that's 2 silver, so you're at 6, 7, 8 silver. And then, I love that I can just do all of this off the top of my head now. And then that's a head of lettuce, or cabbage, we'll say cabbage. So 2 silver, it's heartier. And blueberries are 5 silver, so you're at 6, 7, 8, 13 silver. So 1 gold, 3 silver.
Okie dokie. I have obtained groceries for my meeting with a man about a lizard.
Oh, wait, no, sorry, I did that wrong. Sorry, it's copper.
I
It's
was
copper, not
afraid you
silver.
were gonna say that. None of that is for us for when we're traveling.
It's 1 silver, 3 copper, sorry. 1 silver, 3 copper.
1 silver.
So essentially $13. Yep, sorry about that. 1 silver, 3 copper. But you kind of bring it all the way to the front, and you can see that sort of the clerk, a very popular man, sort of a human man with sort of long, poofy, curly hair, comes down to the sides here, and kind of like the actual Dr. Steve Brule, right? And glasses, kind of an older human man, kind of behind the. And actually, a fun story about this map, the actual Greengrocer map. It was, I believe, inspired by the Steve Brule character. But not much, unless you want to ask anything specific, just checks you out for 1 silver, 3 copper.
I don't think I want to ask for anything specific. I think I've
Yeah.
done what I need to accomplish here.
All right, green vegetables for your health. All right, so you get
Yes,
everything that
for
you
me.
need. And anything else at the Greengrocer? It's very, there's dozens upon dozens of people here, and more lining up to get into the Greengrocer. But anything else?
So is everything like fresh, very perishable goods?
Yes. Yep.
Or is there okay? So nothing that's gonna travel with.
Right, but it's gonna be gone pretty quickly. You can tell that this is the spot where everybody goes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. No, I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. And what was the second part of Estelle and Catelyn's itinerary there?
We're just gonna go get Gilly, I believe.
Cool. All right. Well, you kind of
Great.
Estelle and Catelyn, after speaking with Brisa at the Nor'easter Coster, you and Gillian emerges with a paper bag full of fresh produce, and you meet sort of at the center of the fountain of that sort of angelic figure that is wings to the side pouring into the fountain from that basin. And you kind of meet right around the fountain where you had seen where mysterious pretty lady appeared in the middle of the night.
Hey, did y'all find anything interesting?
We found some folks who are getting ready to leave town.
That seemed like the situation at the grocer too.
Yeah, a lot of people are moving around.
I wonder why.
Oh, there was a big star that just like fell out of the sky.
Oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it?
And also,
Yeah.
there's like a hollow man that lives in this town that gives people bloody noses. So, like, I get why people might want to leave. If they've
The Hollow Man
gotten
did seem
multiple.
kind of scary.
Mist and Nefrit, are you on your way back now, or do you have more to do at the public library?
What did Mist pull out of the book, since she did originally roll a 14 for the check that found that?
What one was that for again? Was that the first
It was
folklore book?
It was the first. It was the fairy tale book, Grim Tales.
Yep. Okay. So, essentially, just more information. There is a creature known as the Hollow Man that is said to serve the witch Baba Yaga, but it is again same thing that there are rumors, and the story is open-ended. It says that some believe that the Hollow Man escaped the control and now serves the whim of the forest itself, and that others that it still serves Baba Yaga's diabolical plans, and it's very kind of hammed up to be sort of fantastical fairy tale for kids sort of thing. It's very good and evil, type of situation. But the Hollow Man is just a sort of an animated bramble of wood and malice, as it's described, originating in the Margreve. Gnarled wood, hatred, and malice.
Lovely. That sounds like fun.
Yes. All right, so the two of you are on your way back.
Mist is at least.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
no, I'm good here. I've gotten at least 2/3 of the things that I came for, so not all bad. And
Yeah.
then are there other shops, or is it just the Dragon Warrens who are selling wares?
Oh, there's plenty of other shops. Anything you're looking for is here. It's the largest. This is the largest concentration of shops in the region of Savosa. So if you're gonna find it, it's by the lakeside here.
Yeah, like I said, I want to get a nice thick, warm cloak for the elements or whatever we could encounter in the Margreve. I don't know if the weather just randomly changes in there or whatever, so trying to prepare.
Okay. So yeah, you pass by. Let's see. The Cloak and Dagger, which is right here. And as promised, there are fine short swords, the daggers, knives on display, as well as a series of tunics, overcoats, raincoats, cloaks, capes, and anything that you could possibly, sashes, right? Tassels, anything you could possibly want. And there is a halfling woman and a human man inside that are maybe in their late 40s who have sort of just two there's a shield and two swords that are sort of placed up on the wall. The shield has the symbol of these angel wings with this blazing sword in the center of it. And then there is also two daggers that are sort of look really ornate, that are sort of placed up on the far wall there, as well as another cloak that is by itself, that are kind of up in decorative positions at the back of the shop here. And they both have some scars up and down their arms. The halfling woman is sort of a little burned down on her cheek here. But they kind of stop, and the halfling woman just kind of, hey, welcome to Cloak and Dagger. Come on in. Let me help you find something. Come on, don't be shy. Come on in.
Hey, hi. I was hoping to find something that would be a bit more suitable for traveling through the Margreve.
Oh dear.
As you can see, I'm a bit more ornate versus woods. So I was hoping to maybe get a cloak, potentially something magical, but it doesn't need to be. It just needs to be warm.
Plenty of warm cloaks, currently fresh out of, well, Gerard, do we have anything in the back? And he just go, I think you might have something in the back. Roll a D100 for me. Let's find out.
That is 2.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on. What are you looking for?
Well, hopefully something that has like sort of like protection qualities, but also like I'm kind of hoping to find something that has nature magic in it. That way when I go into the Margreve, I am the tree sense me as friend and not enemy.
Okay. Let's find out. And Gerard kind of goes back and kind of just briefly, there's like a little black curtain. He kind of and disappears back there. And she's like, let me help you look at some cloaks in the meantime, and shows you a wide display of even so. One has some turquoise, some sort of turquoise shimmer.
Something that's like really pretty and matches my hair.
And after a few minutes, Gerard comes back, sort of a salt and pepper sort of stubble, kind of trimmed up though, short hair, pushed back, shoulder length. And has sort of a folded up cloak. And so this is a cloak of elven kind. It's a little bit expensive, but we did have one that hasn't sold for weeks. There was someone that was supposed to pick this up. They never came to pick it up, so it's here if you want it. It's a little pricey though. It's 1,000 gold pieces.
Oh, that'll definitely be something I get after I get paid.
Well, I assure you it's well worth it. This is one of the finest made custom cloaks that we have here. And no, it's not, it doesn't come from Bastion's Hold and Fernando Fraudulenti. No, it comes from the Adrakalina, so.
Oh. I am so glad that I know this is here. Yeah, that's definitely a couple missions worth of work, but
the halfling
I'm
says,
appreciative of the knowledge.
So you're mercenaries.
Now, yeah.
Awesome. We used to be adventurers ourselves. Just, the Margrave's not a place you want to go to. Just so you know. Plenty of other adventure to be had, especially up in the mountains and the peaks of Mount Nyx. That's where I got this scar.
Yeah. There's definitely a couple of other things around, not necessarily in the Margrave, that we are looking at as well. But, you know, the stories that I've heard about the Margrave, I just wanted to be prepared.
Well, you know, Frostmaw still lives, and that would be a hell of a story if you were able to get vengeance for the people of, get vengeance from me. Oh, we were so close. So fucking close to shutting up that stupid white dragon.
Oh, don't. Ooh, a dragon. Hey, Mist?
Yeah.
You think we're ready to fight a dragon?
Probably not yet, but give it time.
Well, if you go into the Margrave, I wish your eternal souls well. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I do kind of turn back to the one that's very pretty, and I ask how much that one is.
That one? That one is... For you, 2 gold. Usually
Perfect.
2 gold, 5 silver, but I gave you a 5 silver discount. If you're going into the Margrave, you're gonna need any extra layers you can muster.
I appreciate
But it's the springtime, so just in case there's a frigid night, might as well have a
Yeah.
nice cloak that's also fashionable.
Exactly. So yeah, I hand over the 2 gold, and I don't put it on right away, just because it probably isn't. I'm assuming it's nice out right now.
Yeah.
But I do take it, and I fold it very neatly, and I put it in my pack.
Okay, there is a white dragon, Anna. All right. So, yep,
Do they
exchange
have
completed.
anything that would be approximately missized? She might as well look since she's there.
Oh, the halfling just who identifies herself as Meredith. Just so we got everything for anybody. This is kind of my life's work after all. Cloak and Dagger, kind of a funny moniker too, but I think right over here would probably fit your height. And brings you over, and yeah, a ton of cloaks and sashes and hooded cloaks, non-hooded cloaks, overcoats, whatever you're looking for. There's just racks and rows of coats and coats and cloaks. Coats, cloaks. It's a tongue twister.
Cloak probably makes the most sense. Something she can
Okay,
wear
yeah.
to like protect her outfit from the rain. And the
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, though they have functional rain cloaks, sort of a thick canvas that you can get, canvas cloth material. Now those are 8 silver. And there's a lot of them, but for
Are there any that like color match, because that's just as important.
the one that color matches is 1 gold, 2 silver. But yes, there is a color match, but it's a little more expensive because it's that nice crimson and black, crimson and obsidian.
Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and get that one for her.
Okay, all right.
Said 1 gold, 2 silver.
1 gold, 2 silver, honey. Yep. And a pleasure doing business with both of you. You're gonna look great out there, and those rain cloaks are quality.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Just bring food and be nice to the woods. They have feelings. And no, I'm not fucking with you. I know it's weird,
Don't
but
go climbing the trees.
depends on how you view it.
No, it was never our intention to harm the woods at all.
Oh,
so
that's good. Because if you did,
hopefully
you'd be dead.
They know that.
Hopefully.
Hopefully they know that.
Fingers crossed. Because I like your business. So be nice to the forest so you can come back. And not going to complain about spending coin here. And we love to see y'all.
It was a
Well,
pleasure
thank
doing
you.
business with you.
Likewise. You all be safe out there. Because I need my return customers.
And then I think we're gonna take off and try to find the others.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Mist is going to be telling the Nefrit about what she dug up about the Hollow Man while they're
Perfect.
finding the others.
Okay. All right. You'll make your way back to the town square. Okay. And you all rendezvous together once more at the fountain. This is the fastest I've ever done a shopping episode.
We're efficient.
Should probably get more food since apparently Gilly has only bought things for lizards.
Gilly
Oh, we
only
also
has
got
eyes for the
that.
lizard.
Right?
It's perishable. It wouldn't keep.
That's fine. But we do definitely, I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I am not trying to eat nothing but rations the entire time.
We're
in
going
the
to be in a
forest.
forest where there's
Yes.
a bounty. But nature provides us.
No, not this nature. We cannot eat anything off of these trees. It will
I
kill
ate
us.
so many weird berries, and I'm still fine.
Yeah, but those trees were only psychologically damaging. These trees will just murder us.
I don't know. If we ask the forest politely, it could work with us
Maybe.
on this.
Potentially, but I also don't want to bank on that. Not yet. And then I kind of tell them about the things that I found out about the staff. It's like once we heal the forest, then sure, I'm sure it'd be willing to help us out all the way through. But we definitely should get some food items that will last a little while, since we don't know how long we're going to be in there. And I know you guys are really excited about like finding Mothman, but I think maybe we should do a job that pays more than 10 gold per pair of wings.
But
Especially if you're not
people-
planning on doing any damage to the people and helping them hide.
Especially if we're not planning on getting wings.
Yeah. So we should also try to do a job that's going to pay us some money.
Friendship is more valuable.
What if we just go take care of one of those griffin towers? That was
Yeah,
that was-
no, that's literally what I was just thinking. Is a griffin tower sounds great.
I mean, do we have to be exclusive to any one job? Can we just
Absolutely
keep the details?
not.
Yeah, let's
We
just
just
keep the
need to-
details
we-
for all of them. See what we
Yes,
run
we just
into.
need to
And let's
order,
be honest,
you know.
given the
yeah.
sheer amount of jobs that we picked and that were on that board, we're gonna stumble over something.
Yeah.
At
I
least
just-
one.
I'm just saying, like, focus. Also, food.
Is there a clock?
There is a central clock. It
What
is
time is it?
about 5 minutes to noon.
I can't. My meeting's at
Billy's
10:30.
late.
I'm so
You already well you oh yeah. Wait, no, I'm sorry, because you can early start. We'll say
10:25?
we'll say it's nope. Because I like the idea that you did miss the meeting a little bit. It's about 5 minutes of 11. 5 minutes of
I
11.
gotta go!
Yeah.
I'm just like seeing her like Looney Tunes run through, like Wile E. Coyote run through a building.
I
Okay.
have to meet with the man about lizard. I gotta go.
As you're about to run off to meet the lizard, to feed the lizard more snacks, as you're just about to turn and run, kind of after you all had that genuine moment about trying to discuss what to do next with the Margreve. Change the music here. And actually, Gilly, you can run by if which would be funny.
I am zooming. I am. Bye.
Because I have a thing for this.
Oops, that's missed.
As you turn to run, you can see the old man from the tavern is kind of out in the town square from the night before. Oh, it was huge. Sorry. Here we go.
He
Big.
is more frightening.
Yeah. As you're about to turn and run, he just says, "You wouldn't be laughing so hard if you knew what was out there." You just keep running and just like, "Sorry, old man, I got somewhere to be."
Keep going. That sounds exciting. I'll see you later. Bye.
Yeah, Mista's gonna hear that and be like, turn her head and look and be Does this dude have the fucking weird ass cup with him again?
No. He does not have the weird ass cup with him this time. Or if it is, it's in his pouch because he has like a leather satchel over his shoulder.
Yeah, because the ghost fish freaked her out.
Yeah. Nice. And Kayla looks over at Mist and just actually addresses that and says, "Wow, it's a magical chalice. Sometimes people see what they need to see in it. But it's impossible to truly describe what's out there in those woods."
I know what's in your cup, and it's a ghost fish.
He comes into the woods and just kind of gives you a sharp look. You can see a big scar now running down the length of his face. And he says, "So, y'all want to know about the Margreve, do ya? You're interested in traveling out there? Making a fun little mission?"
I don't know about fun, but we have been told that we do need to go out there.
You need to. There's no force in the Nine Hells that can get me to go back out into that accursed forest. Are you sure that you want to go out there?
I was instructed by both of my goddesses. So,
Lots of divine callings going around these days, huh?
well, if you're lucky.
Well, you want to go to the Margreve? You want to hear about the Margreve, good or bad? Because I'm going to tell you anyway.
Okay, good,
Thank you.
because the other day something changed one of my spells from what it was to one that's Margrave related.
Well, you better hold on to your wagon ends, youngins. Because that there ain't no normal forest. Now, that there is a primal force of savage nature. The trees themselves whisper to each other in the dead of night, and the ground pulses and rumbles with every step you take. You think you'll be fine a-foraging if you can hunt and avoid the beasts, maybe. Well, how about a honeycomb just out of reach that stays out of reach no matter how high you climb? Or a brush full of berries that wither and shrivel when you present your basket? The beasts themselves forget about hunting. They seem to taunt you from afar, just out of reach. But who knows if it's the growl of dire wolves or the shadows themselves that be whispering. Your arms, forget about them, 'cause they're all gonna rust. They're all gonna rust anyway by the time you get halfway to Savosa. And you know what they say, deer and rabbits dance around the starving man. The forest is old. It's ancient and it remembers. Remembers all, oh, sees all. And then it comes for you when you're on the brink of exhaustion. When you're on the brink of collapse, it comes. The thorns grow thick and heavy like a summer's heat. Oh, and the insects and bees and spiders and all manner of things that creep and slither and crawl, and they bite and they kill. Oh no, but yes, travel through the Margreve, through the muck and mud. The murder, because that's all she wants at the end of the day. The forest, your blood, and your memories, and your sacrifice, and your tribute. One way or another, the Margreve will be acknowledged and feared. But no, good luck, travelers. Yes, sure. Novel away. And good luck, because you're gonna need it. They're all gonna need it.
If these things are given willingly, will the forest be less likely to be mean to us?
Who knows? She's a fickle mistress.
We were kind of hoping you would.
I've told you everything I know. And it should tell you to stay out of that accursed forest. But if you wish harm upon yourselves, feel free to go in and explore and see for yourselves what awaits you. But everything I've just told you, it could save your lives if you're insistent on going. So heed my words, brash young adventurers. If you're venturing into the Margreve, you'll need more than your wits and your arms and your strength. You're fighting and facing down the very force of nature itself. Best of luck to you. And just walks away. Don't have to thank me for the advice.
But I will anyway.
And just kind of holds up a hand as if to wave over his shoulder. And with that, as you prepare to gather your things to meet with the Nor'easter Coster, finish up any business that you have in Savosa, and potentially leave with an escort of the 2 Dragonborn and their halfling bodyguard. Your knowledge in hand, the wisdom of an old man, bringing in the back of your minds whether you take him seriously or not. And Gilly, blissfully unaware as she rushes to an appointment that she is late for to befriend and adopt a lizard, of which you are able to do before we end the session. What does your adopted lizard look like? And what are you naming them?
Can I reveal that at the start
Absolutely.
of next session?
Yes, you can certainly take some time with that. But there is a selection before you. And as you prepare, you can see the dragons of the Nor'easter Coster begin to pull the wagon out and secure the last bits of supplies and crates to the side of their wagon, pulled by a large mare, sort of brown and white manes as well, almost like a forget the name of the horse that has the big manes, but Clydesdale. It's a big Clydesdale that pulls this great cart. And putting the blinders on, securing the crates, you all kind of watch the old man kind of disappear and think, well, Reggie told us to look for this guy, so. You hear the cawing of griffins in the distance, and the droning of people coming and going, many pilgrims heading south. And you look to the west, and you can see just in the distance on the horizon, just the faint bit of dark green trees on the horizon. You all kind of hear a faint whisper on the wind that just seems to beckon you northwest into the forest. That's where we're going to end the session for the evening officially. So congrats everybody on your first official session. Y'all are all level 2. So you leveled up at the end of the
Last session,
the session
last
zeros.
session
Yep.
zero.
So everybody give yourself a round of applause for first successful completion of Into the Olde Margreve Part 1, which we knew was going to be a little bit of a shopping episode, setting up, working out the technical difficulties, getting the bugs out, but so far so good, pretty good. So thanks everyone for coming to hang out with us. Lots of excitement at the beginning and a shopping episode at the end. So thank you for those that were with us through the shopping episode. We thank you. We see you, and lots of excitement to come in the Margreve. So let's go around the table in reverse order now. And y'all can share whatever projects you have going on. Tell the people where they can find you, and we'll be back here in 2 weeks for the end of the shopping episode, the transition into the Margreve, and some more excitement. So, and yes, we love shopping episodes, and they are a necessary evil to the DM. All right. So, Heck, where can the people find you in between now and 2 Tuesdays from now?
Yeah, hey everybody. You can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Heckalot, including Twitch, Itch, Twitter, Instagram. I'm all over the place. Just find me. It's the best place to figure out where I'm going to be in the TTRPG space next, because I tend to wander just a lot. But on Thursday, you can find myself and Corndog in All Hail the Queen, A Tyranny of Dragons campaign over on Dat Magic Juice's channel. We have very similar shenanigans, so if you like the mood of this, you'll definitely like that campaign as well. There's a lot of very silly characters there. On Friday, you can catch me over on Lost Caravan RPG with Who We Are One Shot, which is a diceless narrative game written by Sir Hooper himself, the founder of the channel. I've played this once before and it was fantastic. So definitely come out and check it out if you can. Word on the street is the setting we're going to use is like a zombie apocalypse setting. So if you're used to that, like, or if you like that kind of thing, check it out. I do a whole bunch of stuff over on Neon Lights Roleplay, most notably Gelgalim, a Rogue 2E Yiddish fantasy, every other Tuesday. I'm in Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, a Rhyme of the Frost Maiden campaign every other Friday. Then every other Monday, you can catch me with Oathsworn, Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, which is a Greek mythology-styled 5e campaign. Great stuff out there. But yeah, that's definitely enough for me, so let's keep on keeping on.
You are, I think, the busiest, one of the busiest among us. So
I don't know. You might be busier.
Yeah, that you might be the busiest. So thank you. Yeah, go check out Heck, and their bio is right there in the chat. And Corndog, Coach Corndog, what you got going on? I know you have one show with at least one show with Heck.
I do. But tomorrow you can catch me over on Neon Lights Roleplay, where I play in our Digimon Animon story, where I play a wholesome little being who loves their sibling a whole bunch. And on Thursday, you can catch me with Heck on Dat Magic Juice's channel, or maybe Nat 20, whenever it goes back there. Where I will be playing a wholesome little being who loves their sibling very much. Yep.
Cool. All right.
It's
Very cool.
the same character, but different.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes
that's
those
all
are.
I've got going on.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll see me here in 2 weeks.
Sometimes those are the best characters.
Hmm.
All right. Awesome. Thank you, Corndog and Allie.
Yeah, so this is the only place I play TTRPGs publicly. Play them a lot privately, but this is the only place you can see me doing that. But if you like regular games, video games, the traditional streamy experience with a side of shenanigans, I do variety stream over here on Twitch, but on usually Triumphant, which is my personal channel, where I am part of a 2-person stream team with my best friend Ginny. You can catch me on Wednesdays and Sundays, 8 to 10, and then she's doing her own stuff on Mondays. Right now we have a The Last of Us playthrough going on, a Dead Space remake playthrough, and we're playing this really fun, because we're trying not to become a horror channel, Overcooked and Hades Had a Baby, this roguelike kitchen simulator game. It's called Played Up. So if you're into shenanigans, then come follow me over there and see me doing stuff.
Awesome. Thank you, Allie. And also, other music partner, Tabletop RPG Music. The current track is Whitestone. And also the map here is from the DMG 5th edition. Garnet, what you got going on?
Hey y'all. So I am here on Saturdays in Heaven's Fire. And I was making movies, but unless you've been under a rock and just not paying attention, there is currently a writer's strike, so I'm not doing that right now because I stand with my fellow writers. We do not cross picket lines around here. So yeah, once that all gets sorted, I will go back to making movies. But till then, yeah. So I'm just here playing games because it's fun and it keeps me sane. Oh, I also will be having, once I know when it is, I'll let you know, but you can also catch a little limited series that I did over on Martlet Games for a little bit, where I played Dragon Age with some folks, so that was fun. But yeah, other than that, I'm just chilling.
Awesome. Thank you, Garnet. And yeah, I saw your tweets and was reading all the news earlier. I was like, but I'm glad it's happening.
Just want to be able to pay.
Right?
You want to be able to make enough money to be able to pay for these expensive ass apartments in Los Angeles.
Yes. I only went for a week and a half and I was like, this is so much money. I can't even imagine living out here. All right. Val, what you got going on?
This is the only like stream D&D game I'm in. I'm in a bunch of various offline ones, but online stuff I'm on Twitter occasionally when I remember to actually use the fucking site. But you can mainly find me on Twitch. I stream every other Thursday, and that is currently Trails of Cold Steel 4. which that entire series has been going for like 3 years now. I'll stream randomly throughout the week. Otherwise, usually that'll be on like Tuesdays, on like the Tuesdays as this game isn't going. But those are the main places you can find me. Other than that, just look me up on Discord, I guess.
Awesome. Heck yeah. All right. And that's it for everybody. And we're going to go ahead and our friend Tiffany Witcher is doing a subathon. So I was like, why is it not working? The exclamation mark. All right, cool. All right. Awesome. Cool. So yeah, be queer, do crime, go dance under the moonlight of the Olde Margreve. And we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. And then we have Heaven's Fire on Saturday. Variety stream Resident Evil on Thursday night-ish, maybe. We'll see. Because we have some other stuff going on before that. A session 0 for me over on. Yes. For sure, because Mystics is our flavor commentator now. So that maybe late Thursday night for a couple of hours. Friday we have a Patreon game. Saturday is Heaven's Fire. Sunday I have in-person and remote D&D, which is like my personal D&D. And then we're off for a while. So we'll see you over on the other channel, and we'll see you on Thursday night for a couple of hours of Resident Evil. All right, thanks, y'all. Bye.
Bye.